We got him in the building. The man. Is he here? We got him? Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear me. Perfect. All right, dope. Okay. Yo, welcome, CEO Dylan to Gumboy TV. All right. Yo, my setup isn't as professional as yours yet. I don't got the stream deck yet, you know what I'm saying? But, like, we're out here. We're killing it. All right, guys, we got CEO Dylan here from ProducerGrind, a real legend. Honestly, for me, you came out of nowhere. Just one day I was on YouTube, and then there was just a dope producer podcast all of a sudden on YouTube. You had, like, several episodes out by the time I looked, you know? And, like, I was super impressed because, like, you were talking to a lot of the people who needed the shine, and I felt like it was long overdue. You know what I mean? For someone to be doing what you were doing, you know? And what you and your team were doing, you know? And so I feel like, to be honest, I think you're a big part of, like, the producer community kind of, like, coming up, you know what I mean? Like, in the sense that, like, now people are, you know, more so, you know, like, there are kids now who are really, like, it used to be, I remember when I was younger, like, you got into producing more so to learn how to make your own beats to rap, you know what I'm saying? It was very rare that, like, you got into producing solely for being a producer unless you were into, like, sampling and DJing and other stuff, you know what I mean? But now we're starting to see that kids are getting into producing, like, just because they fuck with it, you know? Yeah, just to get in the game and get in the beats. You know, they're looking up to producers and looking up to their favorite artists and stuff like that. And, you know, I just want to ask, like, when did you start? Like, did you start producing, or was your goal kind of always a podcast? Or, like, what was the vision?
I started, I'm 27 now, so I started.
Yeah, same age as me.
I started back in 9th grade, so, you know, this was like 08, 09 type shit.
Yeah, okay, what were you using back then?
It was like FL8 or some shit.
Okay. You ever touch Reason?
Yeah, I had that shit.
Yeah, I was a Reason kid. I was using Reason back then. I was using, like, Reason and Logic 8 or 9 it was back then.
Damn.
I think it was like 9 back then. It was 9 back then? Yeah, it was 9.
I never had a Mac, so I never had Logic, but yeah.
Okay.
Reason. Did you ever, like, bring Reason into FL? And, like, use Reason in
Yeah,
FL?
the rewire shit.
Yeah.
Back then, crazy. You felt like the coolest engineer producer when you figured that shit out. You were like, yo,
this is how they really do this shit.
You're like, oh, this is what they're doing. That's the sauce. That was the sauce back in the day. That was, like, our vision of sauce back in the day. You know? Yeah. So what happened? Yeah, let's hear the story, the origin story. You know what I mean?
Shit. Well, I mean, so I first found out about FL. I think I was in like 6th grade or some shit, 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And my boy, like, cause I lived in an apartment, and this dude that lived on top, like in the apartment above me,
mm-hmm.
he like we were always chilling and shit. Cause I didn't have internet back then. Like back then, like not everyone just had internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and he had internet, you know what I mean? He had, like, a computer in his room. He was on, like, some advanced shit. Like, he was cracking programs, cracking movies and shit.
Okay, yeah, so this kid was me. This was the homie I was. I was this kid when I was a kid. Yeah, I was that kid.
He would put me on the shit, though. Like, you know, he would show me, like, you know, how to get games. And
yeah.
I went up there, I went up one day, and he had the download Hustle and Flow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He downloaded the movie?
Yeah. We watched the movie. He's like, bro, you gotta watch this shit. This shit's fire. So we watched Hustle and Flow, and you know, like they make a beat and shit. So we're like, bro, we gotta do this shit. We gotta go get the foam and the mic. So he had like a cheap ass little like mic, like one of those old
the Snowball, the USB mics, or like just
bro, I'm talking about like
the actual karaoke mics.
Not even, bro. I'm talking about like a mic like someone in an office would have back in like 2007.
Oh, the fucking
yeah, like some shit like that.
The fucking call center mics.
Yeah, exactly. So he had cracked Acid Pro and cracked FL, and we didn't even know how to like bounce the beat out of FL. So we would like record, like put the mic to the speaker and like record the beat into Acid Pro.
Yeah, dude, Acid Pro. Sony Acid Pro was the shit back in the day. That was like our Pro Tools.
Never used it.
That was like because it was like the easiest one to crack. I think it was like the easiest one you can get for free, and then like, and it was easy to use. You know what I mean? I remember those days.
Yeah, that was like because like we definitely weren't on no Pro Tools shit. Because back then you needed like Mbox and shit.
Yeah, exactly. And back then when you were a kid, you didn't know shit about like interfaces and monitors. You know, you're just like, putting some shit together.
And yeah, so then we made like a song and shit and just fucked around. But then we didn't even like we didn't do it after that. We just kind of like were inspired like one night and did that shit and then just put it down. But that's how I first like learned about FL and Acid Pro and shit. And then a couple years later, I had moved like to this new school. Well, it was really a school that I moved away from and then moved back to.
Okay.
And this other dude had moved there at the same time. We had a couple classes, and he was like selling his mixtape. He had like a mixtape that he was selling like in the school.
Yeah, dope.
And like we were in a suburban school, so like it wasn't no normal shit. Nobody was just like trying to sell a mixtape.
Yeah, so he was like the only kid kind of rapping at the school. Yeah.
Everyone he would always like tell everyone like, yeah, I'm a rapper, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You're a rapper. What do you mean you're a rapper? And then he's like, I got this mixtape. It's $5. So I bought the shit from him.
Oh, you're a real nigga. Wow, that's cool. Yo, you're a cool dude for that. You're a cool motherfucker for that. I'll tell you that right now. You are a cool motherfucker for that shit, dude. That's some cool. Yeah, bro. That's some real cool shit to do, especially when you're a kid. You know, when you're young and you're just in school, you're like, all right, this guy's talking hella shit. Fuck it, I'll give you a $5. You know what I mean? Yeah, $5, and that's like genuine support, bro. Like that shit probably kept that kid going. Another year. That's fucking fire. Yo, but all right, yeah. So you bought his mixtape. And then
I didn't I went home and I'm listening to the shit. The shit sounded good. Like I didn't know. Like I'm picturing he's in like some fucking like Universal.
Yeah, some nice studio and shit. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, because we were from a small city, so I'm like, bro, where is the studio? Like I'm trying to like go there. Like bro, I gotta re-download FL. I gotta make beats and shit down there. Fire. So I got FL. I think I just had the demo. I didn't even know how to crack shit back then.
That's sick. So you were motivated to work with him. And that's what gave you
exactly, yeah.
Cool shit.
We were friends and shit. Like we'd always fuck around and like shit like that.
That's
and,
cool.
I'm like, bro, I just downloaded FL. I'm about to make some beats and shit. He's like, oh, yeah, make some beats. And like my beats are trash, so like it took like a minute before he like would start rapping over my shit. But that's what really like sparked it off.
Yeah. And so you were just producing for like just in school, producing for this homie and stuff like that. And then, like, were you ever, did you go to university? Did you ever think, yo, I kind of want to do this music shit for real? Or, like, were you just kind of, like, going through life, doing the music shit because you loved it as a hobby, you know what I mean? But, like, never really cared for making it, like, a full career type shit?
Now, to be honest, bro, like early on, I was like, bro, this is, like, I fuck with this shit. But I was also doing other shit, like, me and that one kid that showed me, like, the Hustle and Flow movie, like, he had also, like, showed me about, like, making, like, blog spots and putting like AdSense,
CPMs and shit like that.
We were always trying to get some money online and shit. And then I was taking a Photoshop class, so I was learning Photoshop. So I was doing all this different like online shit and then I had made a blog, like a drum kit blog, like it was called Producer Tools. And we would literally just like post like free links. We would find like a Johnny Giuliano kit and go post like the free link. But we would put the AdSense code on the site because we would try to make like some money.
Okay. So you guys were like the free downloads for the kids, but having the AdSense. Smart shit.
Yeah, exactly. And they had the AdSense codes that like looked like download buttons and shit.
Yeah. Oh, you guys do the grimy shit. Damn, I probably gave you guys some money at one point. Who knows? That's fire though. That's so sick. So like so you guys are doing that and then just doing a bunch of shit and then what? Like you keep the story going. And then you were doing a bunch of shit, Photoshop, combining skills, which is honestly, just to backtrack, I feel like this is like the true origin story. You know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like a lot of people who are like finding success in their field had those periods of time in their lives where like they're just learning random multiple shit from the internet, like Photoshop, fucking, CPM clicking, learning how to fucking blog spots, set up blogs and stuff like that, set up websites.
Once you learn one thing online, you can learn anything.
Yeah, once you learn one thing online, you want to just keep going and just like, because you realize there's a whole free world out there. Yeah. Once you realize, oh wait, I can get this stuff for free. I can learn everything for free.
Money online too.
Yeah. Were you a forum dude? Were you on forums?
Yeah, like remember Future Producers?
Yeah. Were you on Kanye Tida or Hypebeast?
Yeah. Well, bro, there was a GOAT forum though where they had all the free kits, bro. It was like,
ooh,
that shit disappeared one day randomly. It was called like, damn, I forgot, bro.
It was like,
I want to say I had the word rap or hip hop in it. Real Rap Talk. You ever heard of Real Rap Talk?
Real Rap Talk, yes. It was Real Rap Talk. In the forums, people were just sharing everything. It was fire. I think they're still around. I think they changed into Rap Rocks or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or something. I didn't change the name.
They had all the kits and shit in like the forum. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the old days. I got the Boy Wonder kit. I was writing that for like years. I was writing the Boy Wonder kit for years. All right, so then you're in high school. You know what I'm saying? And then what happens? Like, what happens on the path to this?
So yeah, we were doing. I was always like, we were always doing the blog shit, and so I had my one boy who, like, the one that I bought his mixtape. You know, I was always trying to make beats and work with him and stuff. And then there was this other dude that lived on my street, because and so after I started making beats with him, it wasn't he lived like further away, so we couldn't like link and really work.
Yeah.
But the other dude on my street, he was like inspired to start music too off of the same kid. So
yeah, okay.
He kind of became like my artist.
That's
he
cool.
would always come to the crib, bro. I had a Rock Band mic. You know the game Rock Band?
Yeah.
So I had a Rock Band mic because that was USB and FL and then
the Rock Band mic. That's legendary. That's legendary. That's just so it's so crazy. It's cool. Creative. No, it's cool to hear these stories because like kids today, like, since the access of information, they go straight for the good mic. They go straight for the interface. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they don't remember the time when like that information wasn't readily available and it was more just like about doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You would see like some videos of people making beats, but it wasn't no like real tutorial type.
Yeah, and it was like the old school shit too. Like everyone made beats differently back then. It wasn't like today where like most people were using Fruity Loops. Like back then you had like those Ryan Leslie videos where he's tracking everything into Pro Tools and playing the fucking drums and shit.
Remember the one video when he ordered the trumpet and shit?
The drum pad? The trumpet, he orders the trumpet mid-session, and the trumpet starts playing it mid-session.
Another thing back then too, bro, like, people were all over the place. Like, some people, you'd be seeing them make, like, West Coast type beats, like Dr. Dre type shit.
Yeah.
Some people were making, like, remember it was, like, Dirty South beats.
Yeah.
It was, like, the boom bap type beats. So I feel like I was kind of all over the place. I was trying to make everything, so it was hard to kind of like narrow in and get fire in one area.
Yo, Dylan, is it possible you could turn your mic up? Oh, actually, I could turn you up here in the Streamlabs. Hold up, give me a second. Can you talk?
Yo.
Is that better, chat?
Yo.
I think it should be better. It should be way better. Right. That should be better. Okay, cool. All right. So keep going where you left off.
Oh yeah. So and then I was in the basement too. So like at my mom's house, and so you know what? You guys got sump pumps out there?
The what?
It's like a utility room in the basement. Like, so my bedroom had like this room where you go and there's like
you go and you have like the grid. Yeah. I'm from VA. I'm from Virginia. I grew up in Virginia, so like I know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. How'd you get in Germany?
Yo, crazy story. Like, I graduated university, and I was like, yo, I don't know shit about life. I hate this shit, And then, like, I was like, fuck it. I, like, took the last of my money and sold, like, all my, like, Supreme I was collecting and shit like that, and just had, like, a ticket to Germany and, like, a nice train ticket. I just went there to travel around. And then, like, I ran out of money and got a job, then met a girl, then started doing music here, met Palace, Long story. I'll give you the story. I'll give you the full story one day. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you the full story. But that's like...
I'm going to have to get you on my shit.
Yeah. That's like the full story of how I got to Germany. But like...
That's fire. I fuck with like how you just like said fuck it and just, did that like on some you only live once type shit.
Yeah, it came out of depression, from when you're just like... Because I finished university and I'm just like, yo, like I don't care about this at all. I fucking didn't follow any of my dreams and goals. 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know who I am. I was like, I might as well just like see the world and travel. And like my dad was working here with the military at the time. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So like I was like, okay, I can just go see him real quick, see my parents, and then go travel. You know what I'm saying? And right. You know what I'm saying? But that was the whole journey. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a good thing for a lot of people to do a little bit. It's like just leave their comfort zone for a little bit and just like, just see some place different, especially a place where it's harder to communicate to people. Yeah, just be on your own for a bit, you know what I mean? It taught me a lot about life, I feel like, you know what I mean?
I'll fuck with that then.
Yeah. But yeah, where are you from?
So I'm from Rochester, New York, near Buffalo.
Okay. Yeah, I was born in New York. I was born in Brooklyn though, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's like 6 hours from like New York City.
Yeah. You live in Atlanta now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's have a journey going to Atlanta. So like, yeah. So you're making You're making beats for the home. You got your artist now. You're your first artist.
Yeah. So, you know, we were fucking around. But like I said, I was like, bro, I fell in love with that shit like instantly. You know what I mean? Like I had my mom give me like a MIDI keyboard for Christmas, and like I really was like fucking with that shit. And I was like, me and the one kid were always on some like, bro, we're about to be millionaires. Like we thought we were gonna become millionaires off of like the AdSense type shit. Like we thought we were gonna run it up doing that. So
that's fire.
I finished high school and shit. Like my mom kept kicking me out, like literally for making beats and shit. And like,
it's the same shit, same shit. It was harder back in the day, bro. Adult parents did not respect the goal to do music back in the day. I swear. I think now.
Not at all. My mom thought I was like fucking my life up. She thought I was gonna probably like start doing drugs.
My parents like just after I got the Migos placement, they like just now.
They're like, oh, okay.
Now they're like sharing shit on Facebook and like, woo, you know what I mean? You know, like, you know.
Man, people don't understand that shit. If you've got supportive parents, like,
bro.
Then again, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of better. Like, I feel like it pushes you more. Like, if
it's half and half. It's a half and half because like I've seen both sides. I've seen myself. I can see myself like it pushed me to like really do my best and to like prove everybody wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen the other side with like people like Palace. His parents are super supportive. Like Palace's parents are like the most supportive parents I've ever seen. They fucking. Help him do anything, you know what I mean? And like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just fucking down to help him with whatever. And like, I see how that like prepped him for fast success in life, you know what I'm saying? Because he had like no negative thinking, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He had like no negative thinking weighing him down, you know what I mean?
That's actually a good point, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if you have negative thinking weighing you down from like your parents or like your community, then like, there's always a point where like you just lock in and like, you know what I mean? There's always that point where you lock in and shut them out completely. And then you turn around once you got something and then you look back, you know what I mean? But like, I feel like everybody goes through that time where they shut out all the voices, you know what I mean? If they have negative voices around them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, everyone thought I was, because I always got good grades up until like 10th grade, like when I started smoking weed and really like fucking with this music shit.
Yeah.
So, like, everyone, like my mom and my grandparents were like, yo, what are you doing? Like, I thought you were gonna go to college and be a doctor or be a lawyer or some shit.
Yeah. That's so crazy. It's so crazy how I like know this story completely. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I feel like I reproduce this.
Yeah, right. I feel like I think it's our age. You know, I think being 27. You know what I mean? Like growing up at this time in the 90s. You know, where like shit was just changing, where the world was just becoming a whole different world, and like our parents did not know what the fuck was going on, but they're pretending to. No, the truth is our parents didn't know what the fuck was going on, but they were pretending to. You know what I'm saying?
Because people weren't just like a lot of people weren't just like making money on the internet, like, and being able to have a career like that.
Yeah, exactly. The internet was like just showing up.
Go to college.
Yeah, the internet was like just starting. Like it was just now people making websites and shit. Like we were just seeing people make like big money from websites, but then those websites are like completely pointless and they're out of business the next week. You know what I'm saying? So like we're seeing like a whole we're just seeing like a new industry and stuff like that, and like. Yeah, you're kind of at the front of it, bro. Like doing CPM and shit, you know. It's kind of crazy to be so early, and then like everyone is like, "Yo, you're throwing your life away."
Right. Yeah. Right. Literally thought like they probably thought I was gonna be doing drugs. Like,
but did you believe in it? Did you like 100% believe it, or was there like? Did you also feel like maybe I need a plan B or blah blah blah? You know what I
mean? Nah, yeah, it was definitely like as much as I feel like in the beginning, as much as you really want to believe it, most of the time you still got that doubt. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard too, like when you got your family that really thinks you're like fucking up your life, and they're like, you need to, they're trying to sit you down and be like, yo, you need to stop skipping school. You need to, you know what I mean, do this shit. You gotta go to college or else you're gonna be broke type shit. Mm-hmm. But I was always like, bro, I'm gonna be a millionaire. Like you don't understand. Like, cause I was reading like Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah, I was similar shit.
I was on the wave, and I was like, bro, I just gotta prove everybody wrong. Like I gotta really prove everybody wrong. But I did end up going to college. So after high school and shit, I got kicked. So another crazy story in between. Before I went to college, like after high school, I was still living with my mom, and she was like, she would like kick me out for like a couple of days, and then let me.
Yeah, you talk. It's all cool. Yeah.
And like it was always like she really was like she was really like through with me though at this point. And we had got like a little office space that we rented for like $300 a month. $300 or $400 a month that we like got as a studio.
Okay.
So like we turned it into a studio and shit. Like me and the same kid from that originally sold me the mixtape.
Okay.
So, him and a couple other kids, And so I was like, by this time, like I knew how to engineer and record. So I was like, I'm gonna record people for like 10, 15 an hour. That's what I was charging and shit.
Okay.
And then like we were like, yeah, we're gonna work on our music too. We're gonna blow type shit. So I was living. So literally, as soon as we got that place, my mom like kicked me out like on some like permanent shit. She was like, yo, she even like I think she had the police come serve me like a eviction notice, some crazy shit.
Oh wow, she went hard, huh?
Went dumb hard, bro.
She went hard. And, the upper middle class hard way. The hard way. I know this way.
And bro, she even had me arrested because there's another crazy story, man. I told this on my one little video. Like during high school, like when people found out I had like a little studio in my house and shit, like, everyone was like, yo, what do you mean? I was like the kid with the studio now.
Yeah.
And these two kids came up and they're like, bro, you got a studio? Like we wrote a song. We're trying to come record. How much do you charge? I think I was like, bro, give me $5. Like I'll record the shit. So they came, and then so like they're like, all right, bet we're gonna come like Thursday. So it kind of like everyone started like talking about this shit, and people were like, yo, can I pull up? Can I pull up? And I told
you were just like, yeah.
Yeah, I told some people they could pull up. He told some people they could pull up, and like after school, there was like 15 kids in my mom's basement. Like some people were outside, like smoking and shit. And my mom was at work, but her boyfriend was there because he like her and him had some kids. So and he worked night shift, so he would be sleeping during the day.
Yeah.
And so he sees all this shit's going on, and me and him were going at it too because I would be trying to be home making beats, having the speakers up, and he'd be like,
"Yo, turn it down, yeah." He cut the power off and shit. Oh,
bro, yeah, yo, it was constant. It was constant back and forth, bro.
This is so it's so crazy hearing this story because like it just gives me flashbacks. You know what I mean? Like I know this same story. Like cause I was also like first kid in my school with the studio. You know what I'm saying? I was like the first one because I played piano. That's how I started. I played like jazz piano. Then I got into production and shit. So then I was like the first kid with the studio, and I was like recording people. Same shit. Like yo, come through. For me, it was always different. For me, my mom would like end up pulling up because my mom was a teacher. So like when we're coming over after school, she's like either pulling. She's like hopefully she's gone, but she probably might be pulling up a little bit after I pull up. So then like I remember those times like mad kids. We're in the basement recording. Then I hear my mom's voice like, "Yo, Chicago, come up!" And I'm like, "What?" And then she's like, "Yo, what is this? You think our house is a club? Blah blah blah. Like, what are you doing?" Da da da.
Some real fuck shit happened though. So my mom's boyfriend called my mom and was like, yo, your son's having a fucking party at the house. You need to figure this shit out. So she calls the cops, right? And bro, so all of a sudden we're just working and shit, right? All of a sudden the cop walks in, he's like, and everyone just gets quiet and he's like, is Dylan here? And you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, what up? I'm just, sitting like this on my computer, like, what up? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like, we need everyone outside, blah, blah, blah. Dylan, you stay here. And they brought everyone outside and they made them all get in like their cars and shit and like line up, like, cause I live like at the end of like a circle.
Oh wow, so they got like that.
That's where everyone was kind of parked around the circle, so they made everyone get in their cars and they blocked them from leaving.
Wow.
And they're like, yeah, everyone needs to leave or you're gonna be arrested for what's that shit called?
Trespassing or whatever.
Trespassing.
Yeah.
And then they came up to me and they're like, and also your mom informed us that you guys are smoking weed. She said to search the room, and if we find weed, she wants you arrested. Bro, it was some other shit.
Oh, that's so hard, bro.
Bro, it wasn't even my weed. So one of the people who like left literally like threw some shit behind my bed because they got nervous. They thought they were gonna get searched and shit.
Yeah.
And they found the shit and they came up to me and they're like, yo, is this your weed? And I'm like, nah. And they're like, all right, well, we're going to ask everyone. And if someone admits it, then you're good. But if no one admits it's their weed, then, you're going to have to take charge. They literally, bro, they put me in cuffs, put me in the car and like drove around the circle and made everyone roll their window down. They held it. It was like, is this your weed? And they'd be like, nah, go to the next car. Is this your weed? Bro, on some like extra shit. And then finally they went through everyone. They're like, all right, well, no one said it's theirs. So I guess it's yours, Dylan. And they started writing the ticket and all that shit, like a weed ticket with a court date and all that shit. So all this type of shit was going on. I was constantly kicked out. And then I ended up getting kicked out, living in living in that studio.
Yeah, okay, at the studio.
Yeah. So like we didn't really have a lot of furniture. Like my one friend like had like a futon that he brought there, so I was like able to sleep on there. But there was no shower in this shit, bro. And bro, I literally like my one friend got me like a bucket, like like a storage bin.
Yeah.
And he brought it over. He's like, yo, bro, like, I got you this. You know, you probably could use it to wash up. So, bro, I lived there in 3 months. I only took a real shower because my friends, like, you know, they live with their parents too. So it was like,
so they couldn't like have you over every day and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I would go get some showers here and there, but really, bro, like I only took like a couple showers during that 3 months. And I lived in the studio, and I went and got this old job back that was like a 10-minute walk from the studio. So I'm living in the studio, recording people, you know, making like enough money to like get by type shit. And then I go and get this job, and I literally worked I got the job back, and I worked there every day full time and saved like 5 paychecks. So I got 5 checks and didn't even cash them. And then I went and got an apartment with them. So I used that money to like get an apartment. And so I'm living in an apartment and shit. Still doing the music like this whole time, you know what I mean? I'm still like dedicated. I'm like, bro, it was the music and the website shit. I'm like, bro, one of these things or both of them type shit. Yeah. And I lived at the apartment for 6 months, and then I got kicked out of there for smoking weed. And by then I was cool with my mom again, so she let me live there. And then she was like, yeah, but she's like, if you come back, you got to go to college. You can't just, you know, do something. You got to have a job, and you got to go to college. So I still had the job, and I tried going to like a community college type thing. Yeah. And I think I dropped out of there after like 2.5 months. Like,
it wasn't for you.
Yeah, I wasn't fucking with it. And then I think I tried another semester. And I literally dropped out after like a month. Like I didn't even make it again. Because the first month I went, and you know, I got that check. They give you like a $1,500 check. Yeah. So I really went because I'm like, bro, everyone's getting these checks. Like I might as well just say fuck it. Like
get a college check real quick.
I got the check and I lasted like a month and then just dipped.
Did you buy the books? Did you buy the books with it, or you just like?
Yeah, I bought the books. Okay. I was trying to go to class. At first, I was going to class. You know what I mean? But after a couple of weeks, it's like it turns into like.
It's a job.
It's like instead of going to certain classes, you like, all right, I'm gonna skip this class today. I'm gonna go smoke, and then
exactly. It becomes another job that you don't get paid for. You're just like, all right, like
exactly,
yeah. You're like, should I go?
But that shit faded off, and then my mom, she ended up like she was like gonna move in, with this other dude and shit. And she was like, so she's like, yo, you got to get your own place at this point. And I moved in with my boy Steph. We got an apartment, and I went to college. I tried college one more time. I'm like, fuck it, because me and him both did it. We're like, all right, we're gonna get this apartment, and it was right near the college. So we're gonna go to the college. And bro, I literally made it to like the last, like, bro, I think I'm one of my classes. I made it all the way to the end and just didn't go to the final because it was like some bullshit health class. Yeah, it was actually interesting. It was like a drug class, so I fucked with that class. All the other classes I like dropped like one by one after a couple months. You know what I mean? And so long story short, so we're still living in the apartment, and then I have my job and shit, and then we go to my one boy. He was like, "Yo, you guys want to go to Guitar Center?" He's like, "I got to get a mic or some shit. You guys just want to go?" And you know, you fuck with going to Guitar Center shit. You can just go.
Yeah, you just go there for the fun. It's like an amusement park, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So we went, and he was up asking this one dude like at the counter a million questions. So like we were just fucking with the keyboards, and all of a sudden this group of dudes like walked in. And like they like tapped me on the shoulder. I was doing like a Lex Luger, like Rick Ross type melody, like you know what I mean, like a I thought I was killing it. Thought I was doing something.
Yeah, the good days, the good old days, but that shit flew.
So these dudes walk up and they tap me on the shoulder, and they were like, "Yo, what up, man? You make beats and shit?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I recognized the one of them. He was like this artist named 38 Special, who was like the only like rapper to ever like do anything in Rochester. Like he had worked with like Gucci and Styles P and like Jada Kiss and like DJ Green Lantern. Like he was actually like to people.
Oh shit! Wait, we gotta pull this guy up. We gotta pull this guy up on the screen. Hold on, I'm playing up on the chat.
Yeah, 38. That's my brother.
Just to pick the picture. That's so cool. All right, so this is like the first look. 38 Smash.
Spesh. SPESH.
38 Spesh. With the H. Yep, from Rochester, New York, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Sirius XM days. Damn.
The chat's delayed, so I can't see it yet. But yeah, so like I said, he was like to people in Rochester. This dude was like, man, you wanted to get in touch with him if you did music. Because you're like, yo, this is, you know, he was doing some shit. And so I was like, oh shit. So they're like, yo, you make beats? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, show us some shit. So we went and plugged up to like an aux and Guitar Center. And I played them some shit, and they're like, yo, like this is I fuck with this shit. They're like, yo, come to the studio tonight. So I'm like, bet. So me and my boy, we went to the studio that night, And I think we cooked up some shit on the spot. Like I made a beat from scratch, and then he like went and rapped over it. And like I was just telling him about everything I did, because at this point, you know, I was making beats that I was recording, and I did like Photoshop. I knew how to like do videos and shit like that. So they're like, "Yo, we need somebody like you. What the fuck?" And they're like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "I work at this job, telemarketing and shit." They're like, "How much you make per month?" I'm like, or like, "How much you make per week?" I'm like $300-400. And they're like, "You want to quit that shit and just come work here, and we'll give you $300 a week?"
Hell yeah.
And so pretty much I was like, hell yeah. So I quit my job and started fucking with them, just going there recording. And they were like, bro, they were like, you know, they were super motivation, because they had like bust down rollies and shit, like all the shit that I would like see and never ever see in real life.
Yeah, so that was like your first time working with like real rappers. You're like, okay, yeah, like I'm working with some real shit now. Cool. And they were paying you they were paying you $300 a week, 300.
Yeah, they were paying me like clockwork, you know.
And you were just engineering them. Do you also giving them beats too, or mostly engineering?
Yeah, engineering, making beats. He made beats too, so we would like make beats together. It was more just like, yo, bro, just come.
Yeah, just work with us. Yeah, we just need another person.
Like, I would go. I handed out flyers.
They just need another hand on the team. That's cool. And you just filled in any role. You were ready.
Like I would be their cameraman. Like we would go to like New York City, and he would like go to like Sirius and shit, and go to studios, and I would just record anything, whatever, like. You know, I had a bunch of skill sets, so like we'd be
on New York City. This is what I'd be telling these kids. See, you had already spent so much time fucking around with all these random skill sets that when the opportunity came, where someone was just ready. Like, someone was just like, yo, like we just need somebody to do something. You know, and you're like, I could do anything, bro. Like
anything, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's true shit. Yo, that's what I'm saying. Like kids today really need to realize that, like, that's like for most people, that's how you get in the door. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's really how you get in the door. It's not just preparing for like the day where you're gonna get like a big placement, but it's preparing for the day where like you have the opportunity to even engineer, you know, to film, you know what I mean, to edit a video, to make a flyer for them, to hand out flyers, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that is how you get in the game, you know?
But really it's like, bro, I was just in love with this shit. Like I just loved doing it. Like it wasn't like I'm like, I gotta learn this shit, I gotta do this shit. Like I wanted to know anything.
Yeah, you wanted to do it. Exactly. Facts.
Yeah, that was like how I had fun, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's the thing too, man. I feel like a lot of people like bro, you gotta be in love. You gotta be obsessed with this shit. Like,
yeah, exactly. Some people aren't having fun doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like there are people who are not having fun producing because like they're struggling and like, you know what I mean? They feel like they should be making some kind of output. They feel like they have to do this. But like they're not taking the time to enjoy making music. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the real tragedy of like the modern music making process, is that now it's like, it's so easy to put music together. You can kind of just like, you can go to Looperman. I can download some MIDI kits, you know what I'm saying? I can get like some loops, Somatics, you know what I mean? I can go to Looperman and Somatics and like start making beats, you know what I mean? I could like literally drag a Looperman loop and put a Somatics loop under it and then like have a beat kind of, you know what I mean? And then, but then like, you know, then people might feel like, yo, like one, that wasn't that fun, and two, like why isn't my shit slapping, you know? And I feel like people don't really take the time to fall in love with the process of making music, the whole journey, the process of like being in smoky studios and sleeping on a couch for like a week straight, you know what I'm saying, eating McDonald's every day, you know what I mean, going with your friends and like scraping up enough money to get some weed, going to get the weed, coming back to the studio, you know what I mean?
That's how it was. That's how it was working with them too, because you know, even $300 a week, like when you're paying rent, like and you smoke weed, like that shit, like we were broke. Like,
yeah, exactly.
And they would always throw us weed and shit. Like they made sure we were good. Like they would like do cookouts at the studio. But me and my boy, like we were pretty much like broke. Like we were just like you said, scraping up in the studio, like damn near sleeping at the studio, just chilling there. Like if we weren't recording, most of the time, bro, I wasn't even recording. Like to be honest, like
but they're just doing other shit.
Yeah, they literally, bro. Another thing too, man. So shout out to Spesh and my boy Philly. Like they really are like the ones that like just sets.
Yeah, really big shouts out to Sesh. It's always those first people, you know what I'm saying? Those first people are like always super instrumental, and it's always like, you know, they're a blessing, you know what I'm saying, to have like giving you an opportunity, you know what I'm saying?
So when I quit my job, like he literally gave me $1,000 that night. He didn't even make me sign nothing. Like he was just like, yo, it was just like, yo, like you're just gonna fuck with us, like you're our producer now, you're our engineer. Gave me $1,000. I never had like, besides like that little check from the MCC, the college shit. I never like just had $1,000, like, oh shit, $1,000 thrown to me. Yeah. I'm just start paying you $300 a week. And And then, bro, another thing, bro, he took me to Guitar Center and he's like, yo, whatever you want, just like whatever you need, just like get it type shit. And like we went to Guitar Center and Best Buy. He went and bought me an iMac, not an iMac. He bought me a touchscreen HP, like it looks like an iMac.
Yeah.
And then we went to Guitar Center and he bought me like a big Novation 49 keyboard. He bought me what else, man? He bought me some JBL 8 speakers. Like the sub, like got me set up. Like he literally built me a studio in their studio, like built me a B room. Put up a wall, bro. He put up a wall. He had like dudes come up and build a wall and shit. Like we got foam. Like really, like just like yo, whatever you need. Like
that's dope. So you felt like you were signed, huh?
Yeah. I'm like, bro, like I'm signed. Like I said, like they're fucking with like Gucci and shit like that. So I'm like, bro, this is.
Yeah, you're like, we up now, we up. You're like, this is it.
Start.
Yeah, we all need a 38 spec. Yo, just to backtrack though a little bit, like meeting the 38 spec in your life came from the fact that you were like down to record with a homie from school, you know what I'm saying? Down to record the homie down the street, inviting 15 kids to your house and getting arrested over it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of people don't think about this, but like, dude, music comes from the streets. Especially hip hop, you know what I'm saying? And you were out there, you know what I'm saying? You were there in the mud to the point where someone could hear you making, you know, your fake Lex Luger beat, but gets impressed by it and is like, yo, what's good? You know what I mean? Like, because all that shit led up to that point, and then bam, all of a sudden you're feeling like you're signed. Your mom was hella wrong. You know what I mean? You're going in. Yo,
the crazy thing is too, man. Like, you know how you said like your mom just now, like once you got the Migos place, she finds like, oh, but that shit is just recent too. Like, bro, like literally went like I think like last year, my mom finally realized what was going on. Like, I don't think she's never even seen a podcast episode. She's just like, yeah, my son's got a YouTube. He has like a website.
Yeah, she sees that you got your own place. You're thriving. You got fucking. You know what I mean? You gotta. You know, when you talk to your mom, you're like, oh yeah, I got an interview tonight. I have a show. Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Yeah.
She doesn't even understand who any of these people are. Or what
yeah. You're like, yeah, I'm a CEO now. You know.
When I started telling her, like, you know, when I moved down to Atlanta. And we'll get to all this. And like when I moved, like, you know, just like I'm going out to LA and she sees this. And then I think she started to realize like, okay, he's not struggling. Like he's actually doing something with his life.
Yeah.
But anyway, so back at the studio, another important thing I want people to know, like even before I met Spesh, like I had a hustle with this shit. Like I was like recording people for 10, 15 an hour. Like you remember Craigslist?
Yeah.
I would put ads up on Craigslist. Like, yo, like I'll pull up on you. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever. Like when I had the studio, that's how I got clients, was through Craigslist.
Yeah.
And you make those good relationships with clients that like will just come to you every week, like no matter where you are. Even after I lost the studio, they're like, all right, well, shit, we'll just pull up at the crib and we'll just pay you. And so I always had a hustle. I always had like some side income from that.
Yeah.
Trying to sell weed and shit, but that shit never really worked out. I was really just like smoking all my profit and shit. But I always had a hustle with this shit, like trying to sell a mixtape cover. Anything, you know what I mean? Do a graphic, do a flyer, and so you mean I was just like determined. I was just like, bro, I'm gonna make money no matter what. Like I had in my mind, like, yes, I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna be a millionaire.
And so and that's what I'm saying. The path of being of wanting to be a millionaire usually means taking every path. You know what I'm saying? Dabbling in everything, seeing what's up here, and then your brain is kind of combining all of these while you're going along. You know what I'm saying? Like you're slowly combining all the information you're gathering over time. That's crazy. So
they give me the studio and shit, and so I'm working there. I'm working with them. I'm recording them. They bring me down to like Atlanta a couple times, like because one of their artists like did a feature with Young Scooter, so we like got in the studio with Scooter and shot a video with Scooter. We were just coming down here, just like working. They would go to the clubs, and we'd be outside handing out CDs and all that type of shit. And like I said, we'd go to New York City. We went out to the Bay and shit like that. And it was just dope. Like it was all this shit was dope. Like I was just like, this is at least a piece of the dream. I was like, this is at least something like that I was praying for. And so anyways, I was doing that. So I'm doing that. After a couple months, I'm like, bro, I really like I got all this extra time because like I said, most of the time, bro, they would pay me. And like we wouldn't even like always be doing something.
Yeah, exactly. The rap life. Yeah, rap life. Yeah. I know you're talking.
You know what I mean? It was just more or less like, bro, just show up, just be here, like be around, be ready to do something.
Rap life. They need you around, but for nothing most of the time.
Yeah, exactly. And So I'm like, bro, I got all this extra time, and I had really stopped with the website shit. And I was like, bro, I'm gonna make another website real quick and put up like AdSense and shit, because the websites we had had died. So I'm like, and I had really stopped talking to the dude that I had started all this dude that showed me Hustle and Flow. We kind of went our separate ways on some shit. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, bro, I'm gonna just, you know, like I said, I was struggling. I was.
Was he salt that you were working with 38 Sesh now and shit and stuff like that? Was he like salty or like?
No, we chopped it up. Like we're not like, we don't like, I haven't seen him since before all this shit, but like we still like, you know, it's cool. It's all
okay. So at the 38 Sesh times, you guys were still cool chilling, or like was that the time where like
before that we had already fell out. Like we had fell out like probably like a year before that.
Oh, okay. So when you were still in the mud, kind of, you know.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. So it wasn't on some like, oh, I linked the 38 and said.
Yeah. Okay. That shit happens too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. It definitely wasn't like that, bro. Yeah. And like I said, it wasn't like, it was just kind of like we just stopped. Like it wasn't even anything bad that happened.
Yeah, it just grew apart. Yeah. Exactly. I know it. Yeah, that's life. Yeah.
Like I said, it's still all love, and like I said, bro, he really kind of started me. That dude started me down the path of like the entrepreneur shit, the hustler shit, the website shit, all that shit. So you know, what I mean, I always
have respect, always love. Yeah, just grow apart in life. Yeah, it's like that's how life works. Yeah.
And so I got all this extra time, and like I said, I didn't really have a lot of money, so I'm like, bro, I got to do something. I got to make some extra money, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do the drum kit blog again. So I was like, fuck, I was like, I'm gonna buy a domain, and I was literally looking on like hashtags, like what should I do? I was looking at like Studio Flow, Studio Grind, Producer Flow, and I'm like, oh, Producer Grind.
The hashtags for a blog name, a website name. That is very
smart. I'm like, bro, people are already typing that shit.
Yeah, that's super smart, bro. You just gave it a hard gem, bro. You gave it a hard gem. You just gave a hard gem really, really nonchalantly. You know what I'm saying? You gave it a hard gem casually.
I started the hashtag and shit. Nah, I didn't start the hashtag. That shit was.
No, but that's you just looked. You were like, yo, what do people click on? Producer grind.
Because you know, I knew about the SEO, the search engine, the keyword shit. Like, you know, what I mean, the same, the vidIQ shit is the same for Google. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things like I had always known about. So I'm like, I gotta find some shit that people are actually searching and shit. So ProducerGrind.com. I started posting free kits. Didn't even have any paid kits or nothing. And I think something just told me like, bro, because at this point, bro, I had never bought a kit in my life. I didn't think people bought drum kits. I didn't think people bought loop kits, any of this shit. I'm like, right? I'm thinking everyone's like me. I'm like, bro, why would I try to sell this shit? No one's buying this shit, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. Cause I remember having those same fucking thoughts, bro, about that shit.
It's crazy, bro. And so I made a DJ Mustard kit. This is 2014. And so I'm like, bro, fuck it. I went and got like Mustard Sounds. I made a DJ Mustard kit and put up for $1.99 on this site, because the site was getting traffic, right?
Yeah.
Like, because I like you said, I would actually get kits and go post them in forums and go post them around. So I was getting traffic.
And I remember this time because I had some of these early kits. I remember these early Producer Grind kits. I had one, and I think I may still have one to this day.
That's fire.
Hold on.
I gotta see what's going on.
There was one. Yep, Drum Sauce. Yep, I still have the drums. Still have the Drum Sauce Producer Grind kit to this day.
Yeah, that's what Drum Sauce actually came a couple years. That was like more 2016.
That was 2016. Okay, yeah, I still have it to this day, and I have to say, there's a folder in here called Sauce MIDI files and MIDI snare patterns. To this day, these are first off, MIDI snare patterns are super rare in kits, and these are like the only ones firstly like one of two kits I've seen with snare patterns, and these are all fire. Like I was using them for a long time in some of my beats.
Yeah, shout out to my boy JB. He's actually he did those.
JB, I followed him. He's the architect of that. Yeah, but yeah, like big shout out to. I just wanted to say, like, you know, I was using that shit before. I mean, I don't know when the podcast came about, but like, you know, I don't even think I attached the two for a long time. You know what I mean? But but yeah, I remember these days. But yeah, keep going.
So yeah, 2014 kit. And like I said, I was getting traffic to the site, and all of a sudden, bro, literally the first month I made like $300 off of this mustard kit. I think there was one more kit too. There was like a basic trap kit or some shit. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, what the hell? Like this was fast. And then the second month, bro, I literally made over $1,000. I'm like, yo, all right, bet. So I started like making more kits, and I reached out to JB. Like he was 15 at the time, and I just met him on Instagram and shit. and he was down here in Atlanta. I was still up in Rochester, so we were just chopping it up. And I was like, bro, we need MIDI hi-hats. We need MIDI hi-hat patterns, like, because there was only like a couple, like there might not have even been any of them. JB says we invented them. I can't remember, so I'm not going to confirm that 100%. But I was like, bro, because I always struggled with hi-hats. So I'm like, bro, I want MIDI hi-hats personally.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think people will buy these shits. So we posted those, and those started going crazy. And so the website, just the income started growing.
Mm-hmm.
And so 2014, so I started the website like November of 2014. And then so 2015 ended up being, I made like $50,000 off of this website selling kits. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So I was making way more than I was working with Special and them.
Yeah.
And they kind of like put the music down for a second. So that shit kind of ended anyways. Like,
okay, yeah. They're slowing down a bit. Yeah, they're slowing down, and you're building a new business.
Yeah, like those are still like my bros. Like I talk to them damn near every day and shit. Like no falling out or nothing. It was just kind of like they're like
they slowed down. Yeah. That's how, in music. Yeah, you can't do like you can't be like, especially if you're rapping and you're like in the front. You know what I mean? It's hard to do it forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially like when you don't reach like high accolades. You know what I mean? And like.
Well, nah, he's back on it now. Like he's out here, but
Oh, he's back on it.
Yeah, his shit's going crazy on Spotify. Like he fucks with like Benny the Butcher.
Oh, okay. He's with the Griselda. He's with Benny the. Oh, yeah, because they're from Buffalo.
That's another big point. So the whole time I'm working there, Benny was signed to him. So when we're coming to Atlanta, I'm driving in the car with Benny. Mm-hmm. I'm recording Benny. Like I didn't know
shit,
Benny. Yo, I didn't know Benny was gonna be what he is.
Bro, the streets don't know how connected you are, bro. That's fucking
wild. Right? So yeah, Benny was in Buffalo, so he would drive 45 minutes and come work with Special. So I'd be recording them and shit. And this whole time, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I slept on Benny. I thought like Special was the star. I'm like, yeah, man, like I fucked with Special. I fucked with his music more too. Like And so like I never really was like adamant about working with Benny. You know what I mean? So I never like had that like real like connection with Benny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Basically, he rapped over a couple of my beats and shit, but that was pretty much it.
Yeah. He was just like a friend of a friend type shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like I said, so ProducerGrind in 2015, I started making like some good money off this shit. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. This is lit.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember hitting like, damn, bro, $3,500 a month, 5 bands this month and shit like that. And so at the end of like near like kind of getting close to, or I think it was like right around Christmas, my boy Phil, the one who was at the Guitar Center and stuff, called me. He's like, yo, you seen this shit on Zaytoven's Instagram? And I'm like, what? He's like, I'm about to send it to you. He's like, you got to go to this shit. He's like, I'll buy you the ticket. You got to go to this shit. And so Zaytoven was doing a producer camp here in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, bet. So I PayPal. You had to PayPal him like $250 to come. So I PayPal him $250, booked my flight and shit, and then came down. And because I had like I had in my mind that I wanted to move to Atlanta because, seeing like the old videos of like Sunny.
Yeah, the golden time, 2016, 2015. It was like, you wanted to go to Atlanta.
I'm like, yeah, Atlanta's the spot. This is where I'm going to go. Because at this point in time, bro, I had the website money coming in, but my still main thing was like, I want to be a big producer.
Yeah.
And I was really all over the place. Like my focus was all over the place.
You know what I mean?
But I was still focusing on making the kit money. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go down to Atlanta. So January 2016, I come down to Atlanta and go to Zaytoven Producer Camp. I bring my camera and I'm like, all right, I'm going to do something else. So while I'm down there. So I got on IG and I found the producers that are down here. And the Purple Rain mixtape had just dropped like kind of close to this time. And I seen John Boy had produced it. You know the producer John Boy?
Yep.
What it do, John Boy? Yeah, shout out to John Boy.
Yeah.
So I reached out to him. I'm like, yo, I'm coming down to Atlanta. I'd love to film a behind the beat for Never Forget from Purple Rain. And he's like, hell yeah, bro. Let me know when you get here. I'll come pick you up. Blah blah blah. We'll do it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that's another thing. Like when you go down here, like just reach out to people, no matter what level they're at. Like like John Boy only had like a couple thousand followers. He wasn't like super crazy. Like,
back then producers were like not that big. You know what I'm saying? Like. For sure. I mean, you had your stars, like Zaytoven for sure was like a star. But like this is before like really like, this is before Mike Will even, you know what I'm saying? This is like before Mike Will was kind of big, I would say. 2015. I guess Mike Will was just starting to get big at this time.
Yeah. This is before Gucci got out and stuff like that. Mike Will definitely had like Ray Shrimmer and shit.
Yeah, Mike Will and Ray Shrimmer 2015, they were definitely coming up. I'm trying to think I feel like you definitely had some producer stars out of Atlanta at this time. Like you had Zay, you had Metro. I think Sonny was also coming up in 2015, but he didn't really blow until 2016, I think.
Yeah, they were all going crazy. So,
yeah.
So I touched down, right? I got to my hotel, and my first thing was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to John Boy's crib. I came like a couple of days, so I'm gonna line shit up. I'm gonna do anything I can, whatever I can. And so I did the John Boy literally came and picked me up at the hotel, like got me some food, showed me like Atlanta, because like I had been to Atlanta, but it was like for work, so I wasn't really out here like seeing shit. He showed me like Cascades from the ATL movie and brought me to all these places. And then he brought me to his studio. We filmed Behind the Beat. We just chilled and shit. I think we did a collab. And then the next day I went into the Zaytoven producer camp, and I had my camera there. And when I walked in, like this dude Humble G, he looked at me. He's like you because they had other cameramen there. He's like, you a cameraman? I'm like, nah, I'm here for the camp. And he's like, oh, okay. So nothing really happened at this. I played my beat for Zay. Like it was cool. I was at Patchwork for the first time. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Met Zay and shit. And
what did he say? What was his beat critique?
Huh?
What was his beat critique? Like, what did he say?
I don't know. Zay's kind of like, yeah, that shit's cool. Yeah, that shit's cool.
Yeah, like to everybody. He said to everybody.
Exactly. But everyone in this room was thinking like there was an opportunity to get signed by Zay or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Because that's what was going through my mind. I feel like that's what everyone else was thinking. Like we're all just like, hey, Zay told me.
You know what's crazy? What's crazy is that like producers signing other producers is super rare. I think nowadays kids do have opportunities to get signed as a producer. You know what I mean? Way more than back then. Way more than back then.
Yeah, hell yeah.
For sure.
Like
since the sample, the sample making wave didn't exist like that.
It didn't.
It didn't exist. So you're right, because I went to workshops too before, and now like looking back at that time, it was like kind of like far fetched to think that like you could get maybe like you could maybe get signed or get some opportunities off the beat critiques and stuff like that, because like
didn't used to think like that.
Yeah, because producers didn't need anybody really. The producers were like trying to do it on their own most of the time.
Exactly, yeah. The loop game was definitely not where it is. If it was like not talked about. I mean, I'm sure like big producers and shit were doing it, but they weren't really.
Super wasn't talked about. It wasn't talked about at all. You know what I mean?
So I ended up like talking to the dude Humble G, because I noticed like he was kind of like he seemed like he was like real cool with Zay and shit. So I ended up chopping up with him, but nothing really happened. And then I went home, and I seen that they were doing another one in Charlotte.
Okay.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
And so I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go again. I'm
closer this time, yeah.
Yeah. And I was just like, I'm gonna just keep showing up. I'm gonna just keep showing my face. So I get there, and then so another thing too, before I book my flight, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go to Charlotte, but I'm gonna get a flight from Rochester to Charlotte, then Charlotte to Atlanta the next day. Go to Atlanta for a couple of days. I was gonna do the same thing. I was gonna link with John Boy, try to link up with a couple other people. I'm like, something good's gonna happen. And then I went back to Rochester. So I go to Charlotte. I pull up like early to the camp, and I see Humble again. He's like, "Yo, you were the dude from the first one. Yeah, come on in, bro." So I get to just be in there while they're setting up. So I'm just kind of around Zay and their team and shit. I'm just there chilling, and everyone's like, and he's like, "Yo, everyone, look, this is the guy from the first one." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Oh, yo, what up, bro?"
Oh shit.
And long story short, I ended up being the only one that came from the first one to the second one too.
Oh.
So that made them fuck with me. So
yeah.
Humble like pulled me aside, and he was talking about me. He's like, "Yo, give me," because he's like here, take my number, blah blah blah. He's like, "We got to chop it up." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be in Atlanta for a few days too." He's like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "Yeah, hit me." He's like, "Hit me, we'll link."
Hell yeah.
So I go to Atlanta, and I hit Hum, and I had Al Nuke. Al Nuke on the Zaytoven's man.
Al Nuke, I heard him.
He's from like he did the Zaytoven movies with him. He
was okay.
So I'm like, damn, I got Humble's, I got Nuke's number, because if you've seen Birds of a Feather, you would know who Nuke is when you see
I haven't seen any of the Zaytoven movies. I haven't seen those yet.
Yeah.
Are they good? Are they like that? Are they worth a watch?
The first one's a classic. And then the Finesse movie that he's in is cool too.
Are they better than the Dame Dash movies?
Like
you ever see the Dame Dash movies with Kevin Hart?
Paper Soldiers?
Yeah.
That's a classic. That's a real
all right, so is it close to Paper Soldiers, or where'd you put it at?
I mean, it's really on some low budget, like almost shot with
Paper Soldiers was low budget too, though,
Paper Soldiers was like a Hollywood movie compared to this. This was shot with like a Canon, Like,
oh, okay,
really
okay, it's a real. I gotta see this.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Look it up.
All right, I'm gonna find that shit.
Paper Soldiers, bro. I gotta go back and watch that. That's a fire.
Paper Soldiers is a classic film.
When they rob Jay-Z and shit, bro.
Yeah, dude, that's a classic movie. Actually, I'm gonna watch the Zaytoven movie and then Paper Soldier tonight. We're gonna do a deep dive tomorrow on stream. Who is the best hip hop director of all time? But
Paper Soldiers got it.
But all right, so yeah, you're so Dev, so you showed face enough. Now you're hitting them out.
So they all fucked with me, you know what I mean? Like just off the strength that I was the only one that showed up again. Like I paid the $250 and all that shit, went out of the way to do it, and so I go to Atlanta and I call Hum, and Hum's like, yo, pull up to the crib. I'm just here chilling. I'm smoking. Like just pull up. So I pull up to Humble's crib. And now Humble is like one of Zay's like real like lifelong friends. They've been friends forever type shit, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And he's just super cool. And I just pull up to his house, like I'm making beats at his house. His son raps, so he was like rapping and shit. We were just chilling. And then he gets a call and he's like, he's like we're about to go to Zay's house. You want to come with us and like maybe you can film him making a beat or something like that. Or no. I had just went and chilled with him the first day. Then the second day, I'm at the hotel trying to figure out something to do. And he calls me and he's like, yo, I'm about to go to Zay's house. You want to pull up and, film like him making a beat or some shit? So I'm like, hell yeah. So they give me the address and I Uber over there. And I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. Like I'm literally at Zay's house. And I remember Sonny had said in an interview, he's like, yo, bro, like you don't even make it in this shit till you've been to Zay's house or some shit. So I'm like, yo, I'm early in there.
Oh, you're like, yeah. So you're like, yo, I made it in this shit. That's a true. I think I remember this Sonny interview where Sonny was talking about. It was it the panel?
Yeah, they're on like a couch.
Yeah, like the panel, yep. And they're like, yeah, you ain't making it in the Atlanta, so you didn't go to Zay's house.
Like on the inside, I'm like super fanned out, but I'm just playing.
Yeah, you're playing it cool though, because
another gem, bro. You don't want to be fanned out. You just want to be the dude. That
to be honest, I think in situations where, because like you worked for this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? You worked for this shit. You paid the flights. You fucking did this shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't really. I think mentally you don't fan out when you're really coming from the mud, when you're really out there, when you're trying to shake hands and really trying to do that, you don't mentally fan out ever, I feel like, because because there's always a purpose, you know what I'm saying? You're there, because you're there not with the purpose of being like a fan, you're there trying to offer them a service also, you know what I mean? Show them that like, yo, like, I'm a valuable person, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, because when you think about it, coming to somebody's panel twice is fanning out in a sense, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of is. It is fanning out.
It
is. But it's also showing your dedication. You know what I'm saying? To the cause, you're showing like, it's showing you fuck with their business. You're showing you're putting your money in. You're putting your skin in the game. You know what I'm saying? There's no way they can't respect you. That's the thing.
Another thing I was doing too, I was going here like, hoping for an opportunity. But I was also, like I said, I had my camera and I was making like vlogs of this and going and posting them on my channel. You know what I mean, and stuff like that too. So I was like, I'm getting content out of this shit. It was a good investment for me at this point. Because like I said, I already had ProducerGrind.com. We didn't have the podcast, we didn't have content like that.
Yeah.
But I'm feel like, bro, I'm gonna put this on YouTube and it's gonna be good for the brand no matter what.
Yeah.
So I go to Zay's crib. I'm just there chilling and shit, and film him making a beat, and that's pretty much all that came out of that trip. You know what I mean? It's not like we collabed or anything like that. Like we were just. It was like a confirmation kind of thing. Like, yo, you're working and you're actually making steps. You know what I mean? I went back home and they're just, at this point, they're just like, yo, man, we fuck with you, man. Just
pull up whatever.
Yeah. So they did another one in like Austin, Texas. So I pulled up there and just kicked it and shit like that. And I just started coming down to Atlanta like every other month in 2016 at this point.
Okay.
I'm gonna just go down there for a couple of days, like no real plan, like, plan a couple of days before trying to hit people up and line shit up.
That's a real hustle, bro. I hope the kids are fucking listening to this story, man. Yeah, man. This story, like, it makes me like, it makes me smile.
To you, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like my homies here, we're just smiling because like we know this shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I know this shit firsthand.
That's crazy.
And the thing is, I
respect that.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I've been through it like firsthand too. So like, it's cool to see another perspective. And then also, I remember those times in 2016. It was like right before I left to go to Germany. You know what I'm saying? I remember those times. You know what I mean? And like, I remember just thinking also like, damn, should I go to? My little plan was, either go to Atlanta or like go travel around in Europe. You know what I'm saying? Those are like my 2 plans in life. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like I chose to. I was like, fuck, I need to do some spiritual soul searching. You know, so that's why that's why I went to Germany. but like it's crazy that you like during this time, because I gotta tell you, there are probably hundreds of producers growing up, and you know what I mean, who are our age, who at 2016 wanted to like make that plug to go to Atlanta. You know what I mean? Because like if you're a producer, you wanted to go to Atlanta in 2016. There's just no doubt about it. Like if you're
don't wait on that shit. Like just put yourself out there and do it. You know?
No, it's the fact that you like, you know what I mean? I feel like people need to hear that story. How you were just like, you started by going to the workshop, then going to another workshop, then, you know what I mean? And just going back and forth, you know what I mean? You built the relationships in Atlanta before you even went there. So then like at one point in 2016, the height of going to Atlanta, you're going back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Non-stop. That's fire, dude. So yeah, you're going back and forth. Keep going.
You know I come down here like I said every other month. Like in 2016, I think I came down here like 5 times. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And just you know what I mean, just building little relationships, pulling up on John Boy, pulling up on Hum. You know, Zay once in a while type shit. You know what I mean? Just that type of shit. And so I was living with my girl at the time, and we had an apartment. You know what I mean? Our lease was about to be up in November of 2016.
Your girlfriend supports you all going to ATL? Was she like ever like Was she like ever like mad? Like she's like, yo, like you're just going dipping out, and like every month you're just flying out there. Like what are you doing? You're chilling with producers.
My girl's always been super supportive.
Really? She didn't think you're going to strip clubs or nothing and stuff. Or did she even?
I'm sure she probably
Did she care? Did she not? She's just a supporter. She knew you had the goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not for real.
Oh, that's cool.
And we're still together too. We're still together throughout all this shit. So.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Hey, look at that.
She's a real one. And,
man. See, you need a real one in this game. That's the thing, you know.
Yeah, that's important.
That's super important. I will tell you right now, because I have the opposite of a real one, and that shit held me the fuck back, bro. Yeah. It's crazy how much, because I would say like it's crazy how much I progress, like because like I'm like, you know, I'm definitely the on and off again, dealing with the worst type of chicks kind of dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm hitting the club and I'm going for the baddest chick in there, who's probably the most toxic chick to talk to. You know what I'm saying? And I'm riding that wave to the end. You know what I'm saying? That's me. So like I know firsthand how these chicks fucking, you know, how they, you know, it's like, yo, I gotta go to the studio. What? We're supposed to hang out tonight. I can't believe blah blah blah. No.
I mean, it's definitely some of those days mixed in there. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
For the most part, super supportive. And I also had a business at this point too, so like she expected that it was, you know what I mean? It's not like I was just like, I'm gonna take off work for a week and go to Atlanta and just hope for the best type shit. You know what I mean? I was always like a hustler. Always. That's like,
cool. Yeah, she saw the bread. She was like, all right, he's hustling. Dang, this guy doesn't punch into no boss. He's his own boss. Damn, yeah, let's go.
You dig.
Ah, yeah, she was hella proud. She was telling all her friends. She's like, yeah, my boyfriend's the CEO. You know. All right, so yeah, keep going. So yeah, you and your girl sharing the apartment, and then
so we got an apartment, and our lease was about to be up in November. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know, for a couple of years, you know, obviously I wanted to move to Atlanta, so I'm like, yo, fuck it, like. The website's doing good. I just need to say fuck it and move to Atlanta. You know what I mean? And that's what we did, man. Like the lease was up, so we drove down here like one time together in like the summer. We're like looking at apartments and shit, but we didn't find anything. And I didn't even have a place when I moved down here. So another real grind moment was, you know, like those pod things, like where they come, they drop the pod off at your apartment. You put the stuff in there, then they come pick it up and they take it to the city where you want them to
take it. Yeah. I know you're talking about.
So you don't have to like drive a truck and shit. Yeah. So they came and they packed the shit up and they take it to Atlanta. And if you don't have a destination, they'll just keep it in their facility and you just pay rent on it like every day until or like every month until you're ready for them to drop it off.
Yeah.
So we literally, bro, like had them come pick up the shit. Didn't have a place here in Atlanta. Didn't really even know the city like that because I had come here in Ubers and shit.
Yeah. The first time that you're touching down and like you're here. Yeah.
So we get in the car, we drive down. It was November 10th, and we moved down here, and it was November 11th. We finally got down here.
Oh, 11/11, damn.
11/11, you know what I'm saying?
Crazy, yeah, 11/11. Oh, look at that, crazy. You know,
shit. I mean, the universe was speaking to me.
Yo, the universe always talking. The universe is always talking. Crazy.
And that's
shit.
when the lease was up on 11/10, so it just worked out like that.
That's crazy. That's 111. Yeah, that's it. That's how shit be operating. Yeah, see. That's why I put it in my Twitch stream because I'm a big believer in that kind of stuff,
Okay, bet.
So it's like Gunboy 111.
That's another thing too, bro. Around this time and shit, I was waking up at like 3:33 in the morning, 2:22 in the morning.
Oh shit, yeah.
In the morning.
That's when you know you're on the wave.
Yeah, no, that shit's real, bro. I definitely believe in that shit.
That shit's super real, dude.
And so yeah, man, we moved down here. We were living in a hotel, and just during the day, like driving around, like looking at apartments. We were trying to get a house because I wanted to have a house and have like my studio room and shit like that. So we were looking at houses, but all the houses that we went and looked at, like it was weird. Like they all like had offers in before to rent. You know what I mean? Like so there was like 3 applications ahead of you. And we just got frustrated with that shit because we were putting in applications and like, oh no, the person ahead of you or the person 2 ahead of you got it. And so eventually we just said, fuck it, we just got an apartment. And so I'm living in the apartment, bro. And I'm just down here, like really doing the same shit. I had started in beginning of 2017, I started a podcast. But it was just audio. I was like, doing Skype calls and then just recording it into Pro Tools. No camera and shit. I wasn't even recording the screen.
How was that build? Like how before you went to video, how was the build of just doing audio? How was that?
Bro, that shit, I was such a trying to be a perfectionist, bro. I would literally like record the interview, right? And I didn't like how I sounded on the mic. So I would like do second takes and re-ask the question, like, cause I'm like, bro, I didn't like how my voice sounded in that question. I'm telling you, bro, I was like really super self-conscious.
You're coming into podcasting as a producer.
Yo, swear to God, yeah, bro. I'm like doing like
that's the funniest shit.
Stuff like that. And I knew how to make it sound good because obviously, I knew Pro Tools, I knew how to record and shit like that. So I did that, and that helped me kind of build some connections, man. Who'd we get on the podcast? We had like Polo Boy Shardy at the time. He was going crazy. Drum Dummy, we had him early. We had I did some here in the city too, like where I'd pull up on them and just record like with 2 mics. Still no video. I did like Cassius J. I did John Boy. A couple other guys, man. I know I'm forgetting some, and that kind of really faded. But at this time, and the website was like still growing and growing and growing as far as like income and stuff. So I was able to try shit and just I was reinvesting.
You're just investing your income in different shit. Yeah.
But mind you, I want to let everybody know at this point in time, I still was all over the place. I didn't know, am I going to go all in on producing? Am I going to go all in on this website? Am I going to do video directing? What the fuck am I going to do? You know what I mean? I'm just like, I know I'm finding some success. I'm having some success, and I'm out here. I'm meeting people, and you know what I mean? It's cool. So I'm still like doing shit for Zay. Like Zay had like a 3-day session with like Nick Cannon and his artists and stuff like that. And they had me film like a little documentary about it. And I'm just down here like making little connections. Shit's not really going too crazy. I had an idea, so I was like, because Zay wasn't doing any more of those Zaytoven camps. And I'm like, bro, every time he did one of these shits, like there would be like 30, 40 people like that would pay $250 for this shit. So I did the math, and I man, so I forgot this detail. So me and Humble, we were kind of brainstorming like, man, how can we do a business together? You know what I mean? How can we make money? He's like, I got Zay. I can get Zay. He'll be down for this shit.
Oh, so they really fucked with you. They saw you as the CEO. They saw you.
Yeah. Especially Humble, man. Humble like really, really embraced me. Like really, like was like, yo, man, whatever you want to do. Like if you got any ideas, we were constantly like talking and meeting and trying to get some money together.
Yeah, that's dope.
So we're like, yo, let's do like a industry producer conference. So he was like, and this is crazy. So he got Zay to like say he was down. He called me one day. He's like, yo, I'm over here at Zay's house. Sonny's here. He's like, I'm about to talk to him and see. He's like, what are the dates for the thing? Blah blah blah. He's like, what are the details? So he locked in Sonny. Sonny said he was down to do it. And then literally he called me one day. He's like, yo, Dylan, I got Southside on the phone. And Southside was like, yo, what up? And he's like, yo, he's like, yeah, I was telling Southside about how we're doing this conference, blah blah blah. He's like, can you tell me a little more about it? And I basically told him, and Southside was like, yeah, man. He's like, shit, if it's for producers and it's for the young producers, I'm with it. I fuck with it.
Hell yeah.
So they were down to do it. Like they didn't really know what the fuck it was. Like we didn't have no like real plan. Like we're just like hitting them like, yo, man, will you pull up and do this?
Yeah.
So we tried to do this conference, but the shit kind of like it was too much. Like the shit, like we sold a couple tickets, but it really wasn't like doing nothing. So I had to like I had to rescue myself because I had like 11 people that paid $500, and I had already spent. I forgot what some of the money got spent on like Facebook ads and trying to do shit, trying to get it.
Try to advertise and get more sales, build it up more. Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, if I got to pay all these people back, it's gonna be a big loss. I'm like, I can't do this. Yeah. So I go and I meet with Nuke and Hum, and I'm like, yo, like, how would you guys feel if we like kind of just did a Zaytoven producer camp? I'm like, I already got 11 people. I can call them and make sure that they're good to go. They'll be cool with coming to a Zaytoven camp. But also I was like, I'm gonna do a part 2, and or I'm gonna do a second day. So the people that paid that 500, because remember the Zaytoven shit was 250. So I'm like, I can't just tell them that
it's only Zaytoven now. Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna do a part 2, and or a day 2. So the first day was Zaytoven camp, and the second day was, I called it VIP studio session. And it was, we just rented a big studio at called the Blue Room. And like Nard and B pulled up. Zay got Nard and B to pull up, because I was like, yo, like, I had asked him like, yo, can you reach out to Nard and B and see if they'll pull up?
Yeah.
And he got them to pull up. So I basically approached them. I was like, yo, I want to give you, I had like 3,500 left of the budget. I'm like, I'm gonna give you guys the 3,500 to let these 11 guys get in, and then we'll do like a ticket split on the rest of the tickets. We'll put up a flyer and do another Zaytoven camp for 250. And so we made a little money together doing that, and it just saved my ass. I called all those 11 people and explained the situation, like, yo, you'll be able to come day 1 to the Zaytoven camp. Day 2, we're doing VIP studio session. And that was my first hand at events. Yeah. And the shit, it was a success. You know what I mean? We pulled it off. Everyone was happy. And this was in early 2017. And so I'm like, fuck it, that shit was fire. And then ProducerGrind was growing at this point. Like the Instagram was growing. And like I said, I had these connections. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do a producer camp, but I called it VIP Studio Session 2. And I'm like, instead of doing a split, I'm gonna just see how much Zaytoven wants up front and just pay him to come, and I'll just, take the chance of making money or not.
Yeah.
And so we got Zaytoven to pull up, and who else, man? We had DJ Plug there. We did VIP Studio Session 2. And it was like just a 1-day event. And that was like a first successful event. And that's what really, like, after I pulled that off, I'm like, yo, now I had more vision. And I hired a cameraman at the same time, and he was like coming over to the crib every day. There was like a desk right here, and I went and got this iMac at Best Buy, and I'm like, yo, like, I did the same thing that the dudes at Guitar Center did for me, because he was working at like UPS, and I had met him at a Zaytoven session. And he was filming cameras, and we just started talking, got to know each other. And I told him, I'm like, yo, how would you feel about quitting UPS and just coming and being my cameraman? And I paid him $300 a week. That was so, you know what I mean? I gave back.
Yeah, you're giving back. Look, the same off. Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? That was something I really wanted to do. Cause,
did you feel true power? Did you feel like I did it? You just feel like, damn. Yeah. Like, okay, like, yeah, look, I helping someone with the same situation, you know what I mean? Like, crazy. That's that's the shit, man. That's the fucking shit, bro. That's the fucking shit. Damn, in that sense, I truly believe once you get to that point, you kind of like complete a phase of your journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just completed, like, you just circled around, you know what I mean? Like, you came around, like, on the other side now, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, deep shit, dude. Yeah, and so that was like your first team member for ProducerGrind now.
Yeah, that was like the first, like everyone else that was on the team, like JB, obviously he was there the whole time. But he was more like, he would make the kits, and we would like, sell them together and stuff like that. But this was like the first person was like, yo, and this was like, I had to really think about this shit for a couple of weeks. I was like, bro, do I really want to tell this dude to quit his job, and now I'm gonna be responsible for paying him?
Yeah,
$1,200 a month, like that wasn't light for me at that time.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yo, I think this is important. Like, I need to do this. I was really inspired by Gary V.
Yeah, Gary V was the guy. He's the guy. He's the guy. D-Rock. You need a D-Rock.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, I need my D-Rock. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do like my own daily V of just me in Atlanta trying to become a producer, trying to build this brand. But I didn't have the confidence to do it. Like, I couldn't just hop in front of the camera.
I thought about doing that too myself, of like, producer shit. I feel like
you should do it because you got the confidence on the camera.
Well, the thing is, that's the thing. I think is the Twitch way. The Twitch way is the easiest way for me to do it, because the truth is, like, the life of a producer is kind of boring. Like, I'm literally like, I'm making a beat and then watching YouTube 80% of the day. Like, yeah, like literally, like I'm literally like at this desk, this very desk. I'm at this desk most of the day, mixing, making beats, making melodies. My piano's right here. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, my keyboard's right here. You know what I mean? Like,
that real grind life.
Yeah, this is the grind life. You know what I mean? It would be cool to document like it would have been cool to document a lot of my sessions. My first sessions was like big German artists. It would have been cool to document those things, but they're so far and in between that it was hard. It was like just hard to think with that mindset of like, yo, let me vlog this. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You know. But yeah, plus I was also dealing with tons of toxic chicks. You know what I'm saying? Every time I tried to vlog in the past. Every time I wanted to vlog, like the chick would get annoyed at something I said as a joke, and then like she'd like get actually mad, and then it's like fuck, it kills the vibe of a vlog if a chick is actually
got a critic.
It kills the vibe of a vlog if someone's like critiquing it right there while you're making it. You know what I mean? And then you're just like, all right, well, can't do this.
Nah, I feel that. For sure.
Yeah, good times, good times. But yeah, dude, like, yeah. So you got your D-Rock, and then.
So I never did that type of content, but we ended up doing stuff like behind the beats and stuff like that. And like, you know, just like having people pull up or us pulling up to the studio and having them like, you know, making a beat, those type of videos. And then also too, man, we cause he was working here for a couple of months and we're like, yo, we got to get an office. Like, you know what I mean? The house vibe was cool. We're like, yo, we got to get an office. We got to take this shit to the next level. And I'm like, that way we can do, cause we were talking about bringing the podcast, cause I had stopped the audio podcast at this point. I'm like, yo, I want to do it like with cameras now and like kind of like on some Breakfast Club shit.
Yeah.
And so we got this office, which is like 10 minutes from here. We had it, and yeah, man. Then that's how the podcast started. We had that space. So if you look at all those older episodes, in that it looked like an office. That was what that location was. And we was there for a year, and like I ended up going my separate ways with the cameraman. And it man, like hiring your first like employees and stuff, like it's
always hard. Yeah.
Because like I ended up being too cool, you know what I mean, and just like not really like making deadlines and not really making a process and a system. But it was cool. I had to get that out of my system.
You have to learn that shit. You have to learn how to hire. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're building something. That's some real shit. Yeah, that's some real shit. That year, you know what I mean, cost money, but it was priceless. You know what I mean? It was a big investment, a big learning lesson, but it was priceless because I had ended up hiring like 2 more people too, and those worked out better or.
Nah. I ended up, man, by the end of 2018, like I was super frustrated. Like ended up going my separate ways with every one of those.
Yeah,
employees.
you're like
Yeah, so I'm like, bro, I'm spending all this money. Like the office was like $1,600 a month. Plus I was paying employees. So I'm like, bro, like this is not how I envisioned it. So
yeah,
like, fuck it.
They weren't producing.
Huh?
They weren't like doing what you needed them to do, pretty much.
I mean, I'm not trying to throw shade or nothing. Like a lot of it was my fault.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like as a boss, you weren't like you weren't strict enough. You know what I'm saying? You weren't making everything
not even strict. Like I didn't have a system in place. Like when you hire and you have a company, you hire employees and stuff. You need to have a system in place. There needs to be expectations. There needs to be deadlines. It was more of like kind of like how when they hired me to be the engineer and producer, like, yo man, just pull up and we'll just do shit.
Yeah.
Luckily I was like really self-driven, so I was always like, you know, proactive about like, you know, maybe we should try this, so yo, let's do this, you know what I mean?
But you didn't get that same thing from them.
I mean, it's you know, there was at certain points. I mean, there definitely was. Don't get me wrong. Like a lot of like the In the Cut series came from the cameraman. Like he definitely had great ideas, and there was certain days where we were like, you know what I mean, great. Like shit, but
then like over time, the long run, you were like, okay, let me restructure.
Yeah, it just wasn't efficient. I didn't have a system in place and stuff like that. And we kind of got into a little argument at the office, and we just like, you know, as men just kind of just went our separate ways. Like it was, I don't need you type of thing, you know what I mean? And so yeah, man. So I said, fuck it. I got rid of the office and I moved all my shit back here. And I just was like, bro, I'm gonna do all this shit on my own. And we started like just booking a studio to do the podcast. And I would just edit the shit myself and stuff like that.
Yeah, on the Mac, yeah.
So this was 2019. So 2019 was a grind year for me.
Yeah, that's the year that the video started to really come up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's when the podcast went crazy. That's when we got all our biggest guests.
Yeah.
So I just stuck it out. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, this podcast is doing good. And when the podcast started, bro, we weren't even breaking 1,000 views. Like it wasn't nothing crazy.
Really? Even on YouTube?
Huh?
Even on YouTube, you weren't breaking 1,000 when it started?
I'm saying for the first couple episodes now. Like after a couple we got in and we got like a couple like really good guests, then it started to pick up. And then
what were the guests that really started to like you feel like started getting the ball really rolling?
So that's another thing, bro. I always thought like, yeah, we're gonna get that one guest. We're gonna get Sonny, we're gonna get Zay, we're gonna get, and then our shit's gonna go crazy, our numbers gonna go crazy, everyone's gonna know us. But it was never really like that. There would definitely be more views on certain episodes, but it's still a slow grind, bro. It's episode by episode by episode by episode by episode. You got to do that shit for like 2 years.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of the great ones like were obviously like Sonny and Zay, and the JW Lucas episode went crazy. That year, man, we did Pyrex that year too.
Okay.
We did Jetson Made at the end of that year too. So those are really, really big. But one thing that happened, some fuck shit happened that year. Our YouTube channel got down on some copyright strike shit.
For what?
So we had 80K subs, and the podcast was finally doing really good numbers. Like we would get like 10, 15,000 views, 20,000 views, and bro, we got copyright strike over Cracked FL because like we would pull up and people would make beats with Cracked FL. I was doing previews for our drum kits. I had Cracked FL.
Oh, yeah.
Shit. So all of a sudden we got 2 copyright strikes, and you know once you get a third, it's over.
Yo, Internet Money's whole shit got shut down because of that. I remember.
Recently? Oh, back then.
Back in the day, their whole YouTube, like when they're big on YouTube, their shit got shut down over when FL was cracking down.
Yeah, they don't play. We fuck with FL now, but they weren't fucking with us at this point.
Really? Do you have a relation? Do you have a relation with Image Line?
Not really, no.
Okay.
It's more of like a. All right, yeah, we fuck with you now. Like
y'all bought the program. Like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not like on no promotional shit or like we can call it.
It's like, all right, yeah, fuck it. Like, fuck it. Yeah. We stole your program for this long. We'll buy it. All right.
So our whole channel went down.
Crazy. They took it down.
80K subs had to start over, and all those episodes, some of those episodes had like 20, 30K subs. And I had to re-upload them on a new channel. And some of them, like some of the ones that got like 30K are still at like 3.5 because people already saw it and shit. And so, yeah, man, 2019, like I said, the podcast really started to pick up. We started off the year with like Chop Squad DJ, and people loved that episode. And really just started picking up, man. We went out to LA a few times. And in the beginning of 2019 is when we did Palace.
Yeah, I remember. I was in LA too at that time. Yep, I was there.
Yeah. We did who else did we do at that point? We did Jimmy Duvall, who made the shit for X.
Yeah. No, I remember this year. This is when I became a fan. I know this year. This is what I was watching. Yeah, I would say like it was like I had because I known about it before the Palace interview. You know what I'm saying? Because like we all knew about ProducerGrind and shit. You know what I mean? And then like after the Palace interview, I started like just watching regularly. Like whenever new shit would come up, and then I went back, started watching some of the old shit. My favorite episode, gosh, what's his name? White homie who produced for what's his name? The first Migos, Travis Porter, fucking Travis, the white dude who worked with Travis.
Charlie? Huh? Charlie?
Yes, best episode.
Charlie Rocket.
Charlie Rocket. Best
traction stuff. Yeah.
Charlie Rocket.
That was like at the end of the year last year. Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie Rocket favorite episode. I actually saw that one like last month or something, like recently. I don't know, but that's my favorite episode for sure. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was cool. Like, did you in doing the interview? Was there like were there any goals in terms of like do you have like other goals besides just making a dope podcast, or like was there like kind of an ideology in getting guests, or like you know what I mean? Like what was like kind of the strategy, I guess, in building a podcast, like all around, how it related to you being a producer also, and like,
right.
You know what I mean?
So, I mean, really, like, man, I would love to say there was like some deep strategy, some fucking Mark Zuckerberg type level thinking type shit, but there really wasn't. Like, I was really one of the main reasons I wanted to start the podcast was like all these questions that I ask and shit are really questions that I would really want to know. And like, especially in the beginning, like shit, like I was like, yo, like, I just want to know the answers to this shit. And it was like I said, the website and stuff and the kits were doing great. And, the whole Gary V, like start a podcast. It's great for marketing.
Yeah. Spread the information, give out the information. Yeah. Shit. Yeah. I feel that.
With that. And then another thing too, which I didn't even think about at first was the relationship building. Like, you know what I mean? From interviewing these people, and they pull up on you and they interview them for like an hour or two. And then, you know, they stick around for a couple minutes and, you know, you talk a little bit. Then they're like, yeah, man, just hit me up if you got anything else. You know what I mean? Any other ideas?
Yeah, exactly. You build relationships this way. You know what I'm saying?
That's been really big.
Yeah. What have like been the results since the 2000? Yeah, because I feel like 2019 was a super big year for you guys. You know, what has been like? Have there been like any big results of that year? You know what I mean? Have you felt the growth at all? You know what I mean? Like, where do you feel halfway through 2020 with the coronavirus? You know, you have the morning show now, which is hitting. You know what I mean? Like, how do you feel now with like the growth of Producer Grind?
It's crazy, man. It's dope. Like, the shit was definitely not no overnight shit. It was like literally step by step. I think like the last time we went out to LA and we did like Keo and Cash Money AP and man, who else did we get? We did some really dope episodes that time. I think that like around that time, like the end of last year was really like, I feel like when people like really started to fuck with it. And then 2020 started off great, you know what I mean? And then this Corona shit happened and we couldn't really do the podcast. But now, bro, I'm really feeling like doing the morning show. I feel like I'm seeing the growth in the community like more and faster than ever.
Yeah, exactly.
The streaming shit is real.
Yeah, the streaming shit is fucking real, dude. I'll tell you this, like, cause for me, also I actually started streaming a little bit before the Corona shit. Like, I just me and Palace did some shit, and like off of it we made some good money. So but the deal was, Palace is a funny guy, like always playing fucking games with people. He the business deal was that like I had to buy a gaming PC with my share of the money. You know what I'm saying? That because I had to, yeah. Because the thing was like I make way more money doing business with him. You know what I'm saying? Because like he's like way bigger producer. So like we were gonna make hella more money on this shit. We were selling a kit. But like the thing is that like the deal was I had to buy a gaming PC. That was like the deal because he had just bought a gaming PC and he was like, "Yo, I need somebody else to have this PC, bro. Like somebody else needs to have a gaming PC to experience this." He's like, "Bro, you'll work so much better, bro. We can fucking, you know, work so much better with the samples and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Just get a gaming PC." So I was like, "Alright," you know what I mean?
It's a good investment though.
Yeah, no, it was a cool investment. I was like, "Alright," then it came out, we got it. Honestly, though, like, it was, like, a fat investment. Because, first off, it was, like, I would say it ended up costing, like, $700 more than, like, what we had, like, what the plan was. You know what I mean? We had made a plan, and then, like, it was $700 more. And he was like, "Yo, fuck it, bro, just get it," you know? That's how he is. And, like, I was just coming out. I'd, like, just moved to a new apartment. Me and my ex had broken up. So I was already like a little bit like down, you know. And then like I was making some money. It was cool. I was making money, like, you know what I mean, producing, do all my shit. And then like it was like, yo, like spend more than half of it on a PC. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So then bought the PC and I was like, fuck. I was like, yo, I have this PC. It's cool, but like I'm at this apartment and dude, this town in Germany is the most boring town on earth. Like it's not like you know there's like something to do. You know what I'm saying? There's like
it's
one
what Heilbronn, right?
Heilbronn is what it's called. Heilbronn, yeah. And this is the most boring. There's probably top 10 most boring place in terms of places I've lived, because I've like been all around the world at this point. Like, you know what I mean? This is definitely like bottom 3, man. This is down there in like places I live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't recommend getting, and someone in the chat said that if you're going through a breakup, just get a gaming PC. Nah, bro, because when I bought that shit, and like, you gotta understand, I had a PS4 at the crib, I had a Switch. I'm not really a gamer like that. So like, I got the gaming PC and I was like, and the thing was, I was already like, you know, I was producing and mixing on my I have a MacBook, you know what I'm saying? I was like straight. I didn't need the PC. So I was kind of like, I was like depressed when I first got it. I was like, yo, like, why did I just buy this like $2,000 brick? I'm in this town that I don't even like. Like now I got this big brick here. It's harder for me to move around, you know, because like I'm still kind of like I'm still living like the traveler lifestyle a bit, you know what I'm saying? Like I was still just moving around, just doing music and shit, you know what I mean? And like when I got this PC, I was like, yo, fuck, now I got this big Anchor, this fucking bar. I mean, I was like, what am I gonna do? Blah blah. And then I was like, fuck it, I might as well just stream, you know. So and that's when I started streaming, and like, you know, I guess watching Gary Vee, I always knew the power of like doing something every day. You know what I'm saying? Like the power of like if you're managed to like find something you could do every day. Like before, back in the day, one thing I did was I dropped a song every day, like way back. You know what I'm saying? That was one thing I did. Like, I dropped a song every day. And so I knew the power of, like, doing something every day. I saw, like, even though, like, the song every day, like, you know, doing that shit was, because that was, like, Gary Vee's strategy. He was, like, drop a song every day if you're an artist. I tried this at one point, and, like, I actually think it's a bad plan from him, but I understand why it is. I understand why he says it, because the songs weren't getting bigger, you know. All the songs, like the audience was tired. They didn't care, you know what I'm saying? They weren't like they weren't bumping every song exponentially, but like, but my Instagram grew because I was just dropping a song every day, you know what I'm saying? And so like people were always just seeing like, oh, a new song, you know what I mean? And like I saw it grew. I did it for a month because after that studio session started picking up and I really just couldn't do it anymore. That's when like my career started to really pick up. It was like in 2018, I think, beginning of 2018. But yeah, so like this year when I started the Twitch stream, I was doing it every day. And the growth, like, you know, the growth of it, like you see it, like, cause now I'm at a point like just doing Twitch only. I'm thinking now of going to YouTube also, and also like, you know, having the stream on both Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that shit too, man.
Yeah. Maybe you should. I think you should do it for the morning show. I think you should get into it. There's a website called Restream.io. You know what I mean? Which is you can just like route the two streams together and then bam, you're set. You know what I'm saying?
As far as you can't do it in Streamlabs.
Yeah. You just in Streamlabs you set your stream settings. Like, and when you have the stream, you know, I know you're set to like YouTube probably. You just have to set it to Restream. It's a website called Restream. And then you make an account on this website, put your shit in there, and it'll like split the stream onto both Twitch and YouTube. I did it when I was streaming on the Cash Gang channels. That's how I did it, because I was streaming both on Twitch and Cash Gang at the same time. You know what I mean? And that really helped to build the channel. And I'm thinking about going back to YouTube. The problem is my YouTube is super small. Like I don't build my YouTube at all. You know what I mean? Like I've never dropped shit on my YouTube. You know what I mean? So it'll be like a slow grind up. But you should definitely do the Twitch shit because you already have the YouTube following, and I think Twitch is easier to build a following on right now than YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I fuck with it too. Like all the shit you can do in the chat and the coins and all that shit.
Yeah, the coins, the bits, all that shit. There's just like it's so interactive, and like the people like it. Like the viewers really enjoy the interaction you can get on Twitch. And like the cool thing about Twitch is that like YouTube isn't like, I feel like YouTube doesn't recommend live streams in their algorithm, but Twitch does. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you'll get random people. You know what I'm saying? And like that's the thing. Like there are times where like, you know, I've just produced for like 7 hours, but like then I'm like one of my homies wants to talk, so I'm like, fuck it, get in Discord, let's play Minecraft. So then I will still be streaming and like we're just talking, playing Minecraft. I change my stream over to Minecraft section. It's like fucking 6 a.m, you know, but then new people are coming in from the Minecraft section. They don't even know I do music. You know what I'm saying? So then, like, they're just like, oh, shit, like, how do I join your server, bro? They, like, come in, then we're talking. They're like, oh, you do music? Cool, bro. And everyone's into music, so they just start talking about the shit they like. And then next day, they're in the stream for the music part, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, so, like, I feel like, yeah, I feel like that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I don't know what else you do, but, like, with Twitch, it's easier to, like, you know, easier to branch out, easier to get random people coming through. That's the best shit, is that the algorithm will recommend you. You know what I'm saying? Especially because you have an established channel with ProducerGrind and shit like that. You're going to be starting Twitch hot, you know what I'm saying? Once you hit affiliate, it'll only take you, like, if you stream daily, it'll take you a week to get affiliate probably. You know what I'm saying? Just a week, 2 weeks tops, you know what I'm saying? If you stream daily. And then at that point, Twitch is going to recommend your stream. You're getting your, and that's what I'm saying. It's not like YouTube AdSense. Like, stream pays faster and better. Like the stream payments are like quick every month, and like it racks up over time. You get the subs, you know what I mean? You got donations, and you got like ads. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this: you think I should start a Twitch? Because you know we got our Producer Grind channel. And we also got our Team Producer Grind channel. Team Producer Grind is where we do like the tutorials and shit. Like shout out to TB Digital, he's in here now, and JB and Fornudo and Hez. They do tutorials on the Team Producer Grind channel, and then the main Producer Grind channel is just for like the interviews. Do you think we should make a Producer Grind Twitch, or we should all make individual Twitches, like our own, like CEO Dylan?
Ooh, there definitely should be a Producer Grind Twitch. I think Producer Grind Twitch for a year, but you can use that if you stream daily. You can use that as a way to build up everybody's profile. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like you're just streaming and you're chilling, you know what I mean? Anyone can come through, anyone can come talk, you know what I'm saying? And then through that over time, you know what I'm saying? then everybody can have their own Twitch channel, you know what I mean? And they should really make it of their own, like, volition, you know, like, if they want to do it or not, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, the truth is, like, Twitch streaming does take time. It is, like, you know, it does take time to grow it. And, like, I don't think it's for everybody, too, because, like, it can be, like, mentally taxing. You do have to interact with your viewers and shit like that, you know?
Interactive.
Yeah, you gotta be interactive and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's not for everybody, which is why I think, like, producer grind is the best way, because, like, you know, then you have that platform for everybody. Anyone can use it, you know what I'm saying? Like, one day, maybe, like, JB's, maybe he has some shit, you know, to, like, put out there, you know what I mean? He can go on the producer grind Twitch and also just, like, talk about it, blah, 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 you know what I mean? The next time you can go on there, do an interview, do this or that, you know what I'm saying? It could, like, be used.
I think I'm gonna do that shit, bro.
Yeah, exactly. You just always be repurposing it, you know what I'm saying? That's the cool shit about, like, these modern, because that's how I do my show. My show, we have a bunch of different shows in the show, you know? Like, sometimes it's me, Palace, Couch Guy, some homies. We're sitting on the couch and we review girls on Instagram. like the chat will send us girl profiles and we just rate them, you know what I mean? But, like, bro, we, like, people love this shit, bro. Like,
people love that shit.
People love this shit. Like, and it's funny because, like, I get people who, like, I have a friend here in Germany, some chick, you know, and, like, she doesn't give a fuck about producing at all. But, like, she hit me up and she watches the Twitch stream because of the bitch reviews. Like, she liked when we were doing that. She was like, yo, do chick review again, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that, you know? So, like, that's how
you can really go, like, get a big fan base. Bigger.
Yeah, exactly. You just have to have fun with it. That's the thing. Like, the thing is with Twitch streaming is that, like, the big mistake with live streaming in general is that people want to go on and have something to tell people. You know what I'm saying? They want to go on and have something to give them, some content to give them. You know what I mean? But it's easy for people to downplay the fact that, like, maybe people just want to fucking chill and see what you have to say for, like, a couple hours, you know what I'm saying? And then if they really fuck with it, then they're going to come back and chill, you know what I mean? Like, and the dopest shit is that, like, you know, like, with this show, for example, like, now my viewers, they get this dope-ass interview, and then, like, yesterday they saw me cooking up. You know what I'm saying? The day before, you know, I was, like, just reviewing their beats, listening to shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the thing, yeah. And, like, yeah, I listen to the albums, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes when every new album comes out, now I just go on Twitch and I'll listen to it on Twitch, you know what I'm saying? Let them know what I think. And, of course, I analyze shit. I play piano, so, like, I add my own spin on shit. I break shit down. I fucking, you know, go into free loops, show them the notes, show them the chords. I do beat remakes and shit like that, you know what I mean? But, like, I kind of let the viewers kind of dictate where we go. You know what I mean? Because
so wait, on Twitch you can play, like, music from Spotify and shit like
that. Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, you're right. You can't do that on YouTube. You're right.
Because I wanted to do that, like, Friday.
On Twitch you can. That's fine. All right. So have you gotten any strikes while live streaming yet?
No.
This is the music gets muted. No, the music gets muted after on the video on demand. Like, if you watch the stream back on Twitch, then the music is muted. But live, they can hear it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the thing. I don't know. Does YouTube immediately, like, cut you off?
They cut you off.
I think they do, yeah.
Oh, so YouTube just cuts you off. They're like,
even Instagram, bro.
Yeah, Instagram cuts you off, yeah. I know Instagram cuts you off. Too? Instagram will cut you. And you know what's so crazy about that? That's so crazy that they're
fast, bro.
No, but it's crazy. But there are people, they're DJs and shit.
Yeah, they're playing the music and they get cut off.
No, there are some DJs getting cut off. There are other DJs who are doing like 100,000 people. They're not getting cut off.
By Mark Zuckerberg himself.
Yeah, bro. That's so unfair.
Proven.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg proves it. Yeah.
We gotta figure out a way to monetize that shit.
Yeah, the dude who had the biggest live stream before 6ix9ine or before Tory Lanez. The guy before, he was a DJ. It was like DJ D-Lit or something. DJ D-Live or something. Some guy, he was a DJ, but like Michelle Obama was in there. Fucking Zuckerberg stopped by too and was like, yo, what's up? And then I remember the Joe Budden podcast was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, this guy was playing, you know, like all the live music. I get cut off because Joe Budden plays live music too on Instagram. He gets cut off sometimes, you know? And like
his whole shit comes down.
Yeah, on Instagram Live. He'll be on Instagram Live, and sometimes he's playing music, and then he'll get cut off. You know what I mean? And like, so he knows this problem, and he mentioned in his podcast. He was like, "Yo, like some of these DJs are running it up, and they're not getting cut off. Like, what the fuck, you know?" And so like, that's just something. Yeah, that I think it comes down to connects in the end, how big you are. But yeah, I guess that is a problem with YouTube. Damn, that's a big problem with YouTube. That's a big problem with streaming on YouTube.
It's a big advantage for Twitch.
Yeah, that's a big. I mean, you have your following, you have the channel. You can when you do album reviews or this and that, you can head over to Twitch and be like, yo, this is only on Twitch. You know what I mean? And then
I would like to do that shit, man. Like Thursday night when new music drops at midnight or whatever. Well, it's not midnight for you, but you know.
Yeah, exactly. For me, it's always different time, but like, you know, I just do it to do it, you know? Like, yeah, you can hit it right on the nose. You can get that right. Yeah, you can get that right midnight slot, get the first listens, you know? Hell yeah.
Like, yo, just pull up. We're going to listen to new music together, break it down. We'll talk about the production.
Yeah, exactly. You definitely got to do that. Yeah, definitely got to do that. Yeah. And you gotta have me as the guest now for the dope ideas. You know what I mean? One time, because like that's what you can do too. Since you have all these relationships with dope producers, you can even like, bro, you can have some of these dudes talk about some of these new songs right when they come out. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right when they come out. You know what I'm saying?
To have a little background story to the beats.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You can listen to the album because it's like midnight. You listen to the album, then it's like, let's say it's like 1:30, maybe like 1:20 in the morning. Be like, yo, like. Let's hit up Weezy and see like, well, what do you have to say about this song, you know? You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, and like, you know what I mean?
That shit would be hella interesting.
That'd be so crazy, yeah. And that's perfect for producer grind, yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Spotify needs to get.
Yo, Dylan, these ideas are free. I got you, bro. I got you, bro.
Spotify needs to cut a check so we can get that shit going.
Right, yo. It's the thing with Spotify, like Spotify. Now, yeah, they're cutting checks to YouTube people now, bro. Spotify. I feel like you guys keep going, you might get picked up by Spotify.
We gotta get our views up, man. We do good, but like, yeah, I feel like the people that get picked up are like the people like Joe Rogan.
Or huge, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, what I'm saying is like this is like the big, you know what I'm saying? Like this is them getting the big fish, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They got the big fish, and now like the little fish. Now, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now the industry has started, you know what I'm saying? Because the truth is, YouTube wasn't signing nobody. You know what I'm saying? And now the truth is now YouTube knows that somebody can get one of their top content makers and pull them right from the platform for good.
Joe Rogan shit's coming down.
For good, bro. Yeah, he's taking the shit down, bro. So you know what I'm saying? How much is like think about the Google loses, bro. Like YouTube loses like, big on that shit, bro. If YouTube has no defense and Spotify keeps playing that game for another year, bro. You know what I'm saying? Then Spotify is gonna be the place to get like legit content, you know, like where I want to get like okay, I want to hear like some real good content, some long form good podcast. I go to Spotify, you know what I'm saying? And then YouTube will just be bullshit vlogs and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe they will even include videos and shit.
Spotify includes videos. Spotify has videos for Joe Rogan. That's what they're doing.
They're doing it.
They're doing it. Yeah.
Already got
the video.
I saw those little animations.
Yeah, they gave Joe Rogan like 100 M's.
They gave him 100 M's. That's what I'm saying. Spotify has the video player. Yeah, they had. I think they have it for Joe Budden podcast too. I'm not sure, but that's why they're taking all the videos down from YouTube because they're going on Spotify. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I see that future. I see Producer Grind getting a Spotify deal. I see that shit. I can see that shit.
Let's speak it out into
I'm gonna speak it out into existence right now.
Yeah, let's get it.
You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. I think that's fucking fire. Yeah. So, what do you think about that? What do you think like the future of like doing this podcast and also you as a producer? Like you know what I mean?
The future of what? Oh, like what?
Like you doing the podcasting in general, like growing a podcast in the producer scene, you know, like just like all those things together. What do you think like the future is in like, what you do and then the producer game in general?
So like we got Team Producer Grind and stuff, which are like producers that are our official producers, like so it's growing them, man, and getting and using like the YouTube content. Like man, I love how like AP and KBZ have like used YouTube to get into the industry.
Exactly.
And then they still serve their YouTube fans and still can like, tap in with their fans and sell their kits and do all this stuff. Like, I really like that model of producer because they're not leaving no bags on the table. Like, they're not just like, oh, I'm not going to sell beats online. I'm not going to sell kits. I'm not going to stream. I'm too cool.
They're down for whatever.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So, like, man, it's really like kind of like, and then like how Internet Money, they've done it amazingly. It's really, man, just kind of like learning how they did it and kind of just doing it in our own way.
So you're looking at those blueprints and you're like, okay, we have this platform now. Let me sign some producers and see what we can do out of it,
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, you know what you got to do now? Got to find an artist.
Facts. That's what people have been saying. Bro.
Yeah, just find an artist. You got to find, you got to find 2020. What's the 2020 vibes? You got to find
a whole new character. Like,
nah, you don't. I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, the thing is, the first artist you have, you know what I mean, could build up into like having more relationships for your producers, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like you need someone who's gonna blow up. You don't need someone who's gonna be like the mega star, you know what I'm saying? But you need someone who's gonna like put in work and like grow, you know what I mean? To the point where like, you know, you can move further in the industry on like the side of like working with artists, you know what I'm saying? I feel, and it'll be a way to get your producers out there too, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, no, that's a good,
yeah, that's ultimately it. Or you know what I'm saying? Or like you could find that one guy who's like kind of popping, who's like a fan of what you do, and then just like break down the business, be like, yo, bro, like we want to produce your next 3 tapes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shit like that, you know what I mean? We want to produce 3 tapes for you, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like make the price low, or like, you know what I mean? You gotta have like make it really good for him, make it really sweet for him. You know what I'm saying? And then like throw all your producers on that shit, bro. You know what I mean? That's like, cause for me.
Gunboy with the gems, man. I appreciate this.
Oh yeah, no problem. I truly feel like the ultimate way, the only way really producers come up is through like you work with like artists on like, you know, just either projects or songs. I know I came up in Germany working with like, you know, German artists and stuff like that, and that like got my name to the point where like I was in the studio with OZ, you know what I mean? Like, and I was working with like German artists, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And then I'm working with OZ, and he's like talking to me, yo, I'm thinking about signing to Travis Scott, blah, 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 you know what I mean? And like, you know, and you're just in the room there, like, chilling, like, oh shit, you know what I mean? And like, it came from, you know, working with like, yeah, like every artist I saw some potential in that hit me up, I worked with them. You know what I'm saying? In Germany, like I never like fucking saw, and I know you did the same to get where you are, you know what I'm saying? So you know this, you know what I mean? So like, you know, like I feel like you just got to take that and like, businessify it, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta like find that one artist and be like, yo, bro, like I got this team of producers. We want to fucking be your in-house producer team. We want to be your gang. You know what I mean?
Like, man, that's a big gem too. Like if you just come at it like with the artist, like, yo, man, I'm just gonna send you beats. Like,
yeah.
Don't expect to like have much control. You know, you're just gonna kind of wait on that shit.
Yo, I told everybody I worked with, I was like, yo, I want to be like your only producer. I was like, let them know. I let them know. I was like, yo, like you come in with some, like every time I came in with some other beats, or when I'll be like, man, shit, alright, bro, but like I could like do the same concept way better, bro. I was like adamant that like I did not want to fucking. I was adamant about that shit. That I was like, yo, like I want to be like the only producer, because like. I could play piano, you know, I had all these different skills, so I was like always just trying to like flex all my skills at once, you know what I'm saying? And like, I don't know, like, of course, like it never truly worked out like that. It was never like, all right, fine, bro, you know what I mean? But like, it always got me further, because like every, you know, artist I worked with, I was also like intending to like build a sound relationship with, you know what I'm saying? Okay. And like, and to this day, you know, a lot of the shit I did in Germany, like, fans come back and tell me that those were like classic songs for them, you know what I mean? So like, right. And that's also a cool insight, work with the international music scene. You kind of see how like, you know, the core things about like music and like connecting that are true everywhere, you know what I mean?
Not for real.
You know what I mean? Yo, you have a lighter, bro?
Like you said, man, if you come at it with like a business approach, like if you got like a plan, I feel like you definitely got more opportunity for them to at least hear you out and fuck with you more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. Damn, I'm excited to see the team producer grind future internet money wave. You know what I mean? The future team producer. I'm excited to see this, dude. That's cool. Cause I always thought about it. I always wonder, like, you know, cause I know you have producers that work with producer grind and make the kits and stuff like that. But I always wondered, like, you know, if this, like, you know, cause I knew you were a producer. I know all the co-hosts were producers. You know what I'm saying? So I always wondered, like, what these relationships were coming to. I knew it was building to something, you know what I mean? Because I know there's no way you're doing this podcast, you know what I mean? It's such a dope podcast. You're having these great, like, conversations. And it's definitely going somewhere, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's going somewhere even bigger than a podcast, you know what I mean?
Appreciate that. But honestly, man, that's all new, like, thinking this way strategically. Mm-hmm. Like, I had always, like, obviously wanted to do shit like that, but I never really, like, was putting it into play. But I think really this year, like, I feel like I really... have stepped it up with my strategicness and stuff like that.
Yeah, man, same here.
Trying to get it so it's like, okay, this is all focusing towards this type of shit.
Yeah, that's cool. I think that's a lot of kids need to see that. That like, you know, cause like, I guess when I was younger, I'd probably like watch your podcast and be like, damn, these guys got it to fucking get her. You know what I mean? Like these guys know what they're doing. They got this. These guys are here podcasting. They got this dope ass podcast. You got this dope producer here. These guys are so connected. Like damn, you know. But like that's why I like to get people like you to tell these stories because like we're 27. You know, like I guess it's different for people to see that we're figuring it out too as we go along. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we're learning along the way too. You know, we're just like doing shit. You know.
Hell yeah, man! People have like asked me, like, bro, literally, someone came up to me, at this event, and they're like, "Yo, man, like, you guys, ProducerGrind, like, you guys are like signed to Revolt, right? You guys fuck with Diddy?" And I'm like, "Nah." I'm like, "What made you think that?" And he's like, "I don't know, bro. Just the way the podcast looks, it looks like."
Yeah, dude, it's so professional, dude. I see. Trust me, that future is inevitable. I promise you. The getting signed to Revolt or like the Spotify deal, which is like new. That's some new shit. That's you know, that might be like down. You know what I mean? But the Revolt shit's real, bro. That shit could happen because like you guys are in music. You're getting all these like dope producers to tell their stories and talk and shit like that. And the truth of the matter is the producer world is growing still. You know what I mean? It's not. It hasn't reached like its cap. It's still growing. You know what I mean?
Right. Which is crazy, bro.
It's only a matter of time. You know what I mean? Yeah, some people want to know, are you hiring people?
For very specific things, man.
Very specific things, yeah.
That's another thing. Like I hired guys this year to like just do because I was always doing the graphics too. So I'm starting to get a lot of shit off my plate. Like the shit, like the little tasks like I don't need to be doing. Like that was one thing, man. It took me forever to start like not editing the podcast, not doing the graphics and not like pulling the Instagram clips. So I got a guy, man. Shout out to Broke Boy Beats, man. He helps me with all the podcast clips on like IG.
Okay.
Shout out to Salick. He's doing all our graphics, all our thumbnails, a lot of our kit design. I'm still really hands on with like the kit designs, like the ones we just dropped with TV Digital. Like me and TV actually kind of collabed on that. A lot of the kits and stuff. So I'm still real active with the graphic design, but I'm just only certain things like the real important ones.
Yeah, so like, sorry, I was typing something real quick. Yeah, and then like, your handout. So like, basically with hiring people, are you like, do people DM you? Do you get a lot of DMs like, yo, I want to work for ProducerGrind, da da da? Are you like receptive to that, or are you just like you don't really like you like meeting people?
Yeah, I am receptive, but like I feel like a lot of people like come at me like for like producer related stuff, and like we don't really need a lot of help with producer related stuff.
Yeah,
like, we kind of got that covered. It's more like the other stuff, man. Like the YouTube clips. And,
yeah, exactly.
And stuff like that, and like the boring stuff.
Yeah, the boring stuff, and that's why that's why kids got to come with a multitude of skills because like the truth is, if someone wanted to come, like if someone did want to be around you on the producing tip, you know what I mean, they would be like, yo, I'll edit the videos. You know what I mean? Like, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, that's like the ultimate shit. That's the truth, man. I told this on your show. I said, like, yo, videos and, like, engineering are, like, the true graphic design.
Man, if there's anyone in the chat, man, you really want to be on some, like, journalist shit, like, really, like, being a journalist of the culture, like blog posts and like, current event stuff, man, definitely shoot me a DM. Like, but you got to be passionate about it. You got to, like, really, like, don't hit me up just because, like, yeah, man, I'll try that. Like, I want it to be something you were already like thinking of.
Yeah.
Type shit.
And you can feel passion, right? You know, at this point, you know when like someone's legit or what. Like, how do you feel? Do you know when someone's legit? Are you like a testing? You give everyone a testing phase? Like,
yeah, definitely, yeah.
Do you hire off bad, or you make people prove themselves first?
It depends, man. A lot of times I go off vibes, and it doesn't always work out. Most of the time, it doesn't when you go off vibes. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
Like really, like man, and that's something. Shout out to Steven Cymatics. He told me, he's like, bro, you got to put people through testing phase. Just like put feelers out, and the people that are down to like do that shit and not get paid for it for like 2-3 weeks, and like keep delivering, and haven't even talked about money and shit like that.
Yeah,
those are the people that are like, all right.
Those are the people, exactly. Especially when you're content building, you need people who are like down to build the content. Because the truth is, like, you know, there was no money in us for when it started. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, there was no money for us.
I've gone out on a limb, like, oh, you can do this. All right, I'm gonna pay you this much amount, and like we agree on it, and then they're not consistent, and they don't meet deadlines, stuff like that. So
yeah, like, then you're like, all right, yeah, you can't you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. That's what they say.
Yeah, you know, man, you gotta, yeah, exactly. You gotta be hungry out here, bro. You gotta be obsessed with this shit.
Yeah. Damn, I'm reading the chat. Any chat questions? Let's get some chat questions in here, all right?
Yeah, I'm at my phone died, so I can't see the chat.
Oh, I'm looking at chat. Okay, yeah, people want to play beats. and stuff like that. Maybe next time. I don't know. Beat review.
That's what they want to do the most.
Do you do beat reviews on your channel? Do you do beat reviews?
Yeah, we have, but really mostly the Team Producer Grind guys, they do that.
They do that. Okay.
Team Producer Grind. Yeah, man. So if you guys want to do them with us, man, join our lives on Team PG. We do beat battles, all kinds of shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you got. Yo, get on Twitch too. You gotta get on Twitch too. I'm telling you, people love it.
Yeah. Now we're gonna get on Twitch. I'm definitely gonna do it. That's one thing I'm really taking from this interview. I'm definitely gonna get on Twitch.
Oh, the one at the morning show with OZ coming.
I shot a DM to OZ. He hasn't read it yet.
Yeah, but, he's busy in his Lambo.
Yeah, no, that's fire.
He's busy in the Lambo right now. I gotta give him a little bit.
If you guys want to comment on it, blow him up. Be like, oh, we need the producer grind.
Yeah, hit OZ up. Let's get the OZ producer grind. That's one I'd like to see too. Cause I met OZ. He's a super chill dude. Like super chill, super like down to earth, family type of dude. You know what I mean? Very, very cool guy. Yeah, they want you to elaborate on journalism. Like what do you mean by journalism? What do you mean? They want you to elaborate on what you mean by like people with journalistic skills. Okay, I know what you mean, but
for instance, like like when new albums come up, we do like the producer credits and stuff like that, and just people that are like willing to write about like current events in the producer community. Like if stuff happens, like not really like drama shit, like beef shit. We don't really cover that type of shit, but like just like new placements that come out and covering just like a blogger essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's a lot of cool shit to talk about if you're really paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that's only if you're really paying attention. That's the thing.
Like how Genius and Fader, how they do like that type of content, but for producers.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like now's the time because there's a lot of like producer shit that could be talked about that like isn't getting talked about. You know what I'm saying? But like, and all it takes is just that one person who's down to come out and talk about it. Who like you know what I'm saying? You're like one of those people, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of doing that right now. And then like we're gonna see who like the next couple people are gonna like come in and like like start like going deep in the producer shit. You know what I mean? Like there's a bunch of shit like producers signing other producers, stuff like that. That's like all deep shit that people need to pay attention to in the game right now, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, shit. How long have we been talking for? Let me check the time. Let me check the stream.
In a minute, it's like
2 hours. Hell yeah. All right, damn. 2 hour interview. It's some Joe Rogan shit. Let's get it. All right. All right. Yo, all right, Chad, if you have no other questions. Yo, they say, which side is better? BeatStars, Airbit, or Track Train? What do you think?
I think BeatStars is probably the best. I don't know.
BeatStars.
I don't sell beats online, so I don't know. You gotta ask someone else.
Yeah. I don't sell beats online either.
Kind of the most lit.
Yeah, I think BeatStars is probably the best. Let's see. All right, guys, are you asking me these questions or him? Like, I don't get it. You guys are asking about samples and stuff. All right. All right. Yo, I'm gonna let you go. I don't want to hold you up all day, dude. All right. Thank you so much for the interview. Yo, we're gonna get this up on YouTube. You want the clip too?
Thank you a lot, bro.
Yeah, already, bro.
Yeah, do you want the clip
too?
Man,
definitely. Yeah. Send me some shit, and but we gotta stay tapped in, man. We gotta. I gotta get you on the show and shit like that.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I'm tapped. Yo, hit me up whenever. You already know, man. Thank you so much for doing this. Wait, guys, hardest part about doing a podcast. Let's get it. Hardest part.
Hardest part about doing a podcast, for me, it was just getting the ability to be on camera, getting that confidence to be on camera.
So you're a little camera shy a bit.
When you sit down there with someone that you never, especially in person, it's easier over Skype. But when you sit down with someone for the first time that you never met, and you got to get on camera, like those butterflies definitely kick in. And you're like, you can't really talk as good. And that's one of the main reasons, I'm not gonna lie, is on the podcast, I'm not like the person sitting next to the person getting interviewed.
Mm-hmm.
So at first, like, bro, I'm not about to be on camera the whole time.
Yeah.
And shit like that. But now I don't give a fuck. So.
Okay, yeah, now you're used to it and stuff. Yeah, but that's cool. And I like your style of having the round table, you know what I mean? You have like it really feels like producers asking, it actually feels like a seminar every episode, you know what I mean? It really feels like you're watching in on like, a couple of producers having a seminar with like somebody who's like established, you know what I mean? And like asking the real questions and shit like that, What's your daily morning routine? That's a good one.
Shit, this week I'm on some new shit, bro. Today was my 6th day of waking up at 4:15 a.m.
Oh, shit.
I go and I do a 5 a.m. workout for 45 minutes.
Oh, shit.
And then I come back and I just work on shit. Like I write down shit, like tasks and shit that I got to knock out. I got checklists and stuff.
Damn, Corona hit you hard, huh?
Yeah, bro.
You went deep.
I mean, I've been on this shit really, but the Corona shit and all this shit recently made me like really be like, all right, you know what? I gotta be consistent.
Let me evolve. You know what I mean? Let me wake up at 4:15. You
so knock out a couple things, and then I get ready for the morning show. You know what I mean? Whether it's like researching the podcast, the guests from that day, or all that type of shit, and then yeah, but then morning's over by that point. Once the morning show starts.
Hell yeah. Yeah, for me, I just light incense and then smoke a joint and 30 push-ups. 30 push-ups. You know what I mean?
You're probably on that late night wave, huh?
Yeah, I'm on the late night wave. I stay up late. You know. Honestly, I go back and forth because sometimes I'll like.
You go to bed when you.
I've always gone back and forth too.
Yeah, I think I go to bed when you wake up.
Yeah.
Sometimes, do I? Nah. Oh yeah, he wakes up at 4:15. Let's see. Nah. I mean, we go to sleep at like 10 in the morning, bro. It's crazy. Nah. I
don't think I didn't meant to like the different time zones. I meant like you go to bed at 4:50.
Oh yeah. I get you.
Up at the same time.
Facts,
you know?
yeah, facts. Yeah, I go to bed at 4:15. Yeah, facts, actually, yeah. But like, sometimes I'll like sleep at like sometimes like since I've been streaming, I always stream to like at least like 1:30 a.m. at the least. You know what I'm saying? And then like after that, like if I go to sleep earlier, sometimes I'll be waking up at like 7 or 8 in the morning. Honestly, like because I keep my windows always like open, light shining through right on me. You know, so I just like wake up with the sunlight sometimes. You know, and then like other times I'll stay up till like 4 in the morning streaming, like 5 in the morning streaming. Yeah, and then like then I'll still wake up at like 10, but I'll go back. I'll like shower and go back to sleep.
A late night grind.
Late night grind, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Producer life is like I feel like anytime when you're a content creator of any kind, you know, like your schedule is always kind of waving around based on like the priorities of that time. You know what I mean?
Facts though.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, do you think setting a schedule is the key for being successful? I don't think so. By the way, I'll say no.
Because man, I found a lot of success before I even got into scheduling stuff.
Yeah, same here.
I think it's all like lifestyle, or it's all like depending on who you are. But it definitely, man, it's helped me recently for sure. But I don't like schedule that hard. I just like, once my morning routine's done, I'm kind of just like.
Yeah, you just have like a list of things to do that you want to do that day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. It's not like go from 10:30 to 11:30. You know what I mean? It's not like that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. I actually never set schedules. I feel like it's more about goal setting. I think goal setting is better. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I'm back in school, college, or some shit if I got set blocks and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Blocks of time. You know what I mean? I feel like that's only reserved when you're so fucking busy that you actually have to schedule your life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But other than that, I think with the freedom, you need the freedom. I think Other than that, they say top 3 tips for growing a brand on social media.
Top 3 tips, man. Engagement is big. Engagement is really big. I mean, I can give you tips on how we did it.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think your tips are? You know what I'm saying? Let's say, what will be your tips? You're an expert in the game. You're CEO Dylan. You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna tell these kids?
I'm trying to pull out some gems. Honestly, bro, spend some money and boost your posts on IG, bro. Even your selfies. Boost them and set it to view your Instagram page. You'd be surprised, bro. You get followers from that. Like, even if you just even if you just post like twice a week and you put like $20 behind each post, like 4, 8, 12, that's $160 a month. Not everyone can afford it, but I mean, that shit will help you. And that'll also get your numbers up. So when people do stumble upon your profile, they see the good numbers. They don't see like 30 likes and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, they're doing something. That's big because, perception is big.
Perception is really big.
So that's super slept on, is like people just boosting posts. Like like I said, even if it's just like you in the studio or whatever, just a regular post, not trying to promote nothing. And then man, going live and adding people to your live is big.
Yes.
And this is a gem I got from this dude, Rick Barker, at a seminar. He said what he does, because he has like a book. He has like a book like funnel, like it's a music industry book. And he just goes live and he adds people to the live and just has them ask questions. And then, he always has this like link to like, hey, if you want to get my book, it's free, just pay for the shipping. And because every time you add someone to your live, everyone that follows them gets a notification.
Exactly.
So you might get a couple. So that's another good one. I'm trying to like do real strategic gems here.
Because I do that sometimes too, but like I would love to have conversations on live, but it's tough when people want to show me their music. You know what I mean?
That's all they want to do is show the beats.
Yeah, all they want to show is show the beats.
Bro, you do a beat stream on Instagram. I have like 150 people in our stream. But if I just add people and we just want to talk about shit, there's like 60 people.
Yeah, right. Like people want the fucking beat review so bad, and like the worst part is like, if we're going on IG Live together, then you play me a beat. I'm not even getting the full quality, bro. You know?
Right, you're really not getting the full quality.
Yeah, you gotta get the full quality. Like, you gotta put it really close to your ear. You know, you fuck up the whole live perception because, like, you gotta fucking, like, really start listening, you know what I mean? Give a good review or something. If you want to give a good review, you know? You could just be like, yo, that's fire, bro. Next guy. But then that's tiring, too. Just be like, all right, that's fire, bro. Oh, yeah, fire, bro. That's all right. You work on this. All right. You know what I mean?
I'm doing it tonight. I put a post up because I haven't done it like since last week, and I try to do it like, you know, consistently. I just do it just because it's like it's not even about me giving them feedback.
Yeah.
Like, fuck my feedback. Like, I don't even like. I'm not making beats every day. I'm not a fucking expert at that shit.
Yeah.
It's more just about like them playing their music and getting the feedback in the chat.
Yeah, exactly. Same here, and I also give feedback too. And like now, honestly, I've been doing it randomly. Like that's my thing. Is that like I'll do my shit on Twitch and then I'll be like, all right, let's check out some beats, you know. And then like whoever's there who was cool enough to chill, like, you know what I mean, who was cool to chill throughout the shit, they'll get like the first dibs, you know. And it's not all like the vultures, because the vultures are out there, you know what I mean? Like the vultures are out there, you know. Like, and I just,
when you let it be known, like I'm about to go live, then you know you get the
you get shit. But if you let them know, like, yo, you're live, but like I let them know I'm live, but I'm making beats, you know, like I'm chilling, you know what I mean? Like I'm chilling, you guys can watch or not. Oh, Plugster, yo, thanks for the tip. All right, wait, Plugster, you gotta wait, hold up. I have this rule okay, so yeah. I have a donation cap rule where like if they donate $20, then I have to listen to the beat. So and he wants your opinion too. All right.
How much does Twitch take out of that? Do they take money out of that, or is that all you?
All me.
Dope.
With Streamlabs on Twitch, the donations all go to you. And then the subs are split. So the subs are like $5 for a sub for the viewer, and then you get $2.50.
So what do they get when they sub?
To get special emoticons. I gotta add more. You gotta add that stuff. I gotta add way more sub shit, you know.
They don't get ads and shit.
Yeah, they get no ads on Twitch.
Okay.
They get like, the thing about Twitch though, you have to run your own ads. That's the thing.
They get like a little emoji in front of the name.
Yeah, they get an emoji in front of the name and stuff. They get like special emotes and shit like that you can add, you know what I mean? You could add like your own special ProducerGrind emotes and shit, you know what I mean? The rule for Twitch right now is nothing with simp related. You can't do anything simp related with like your bonuses for some reason.
I heard you talking about simps too in the beginning of the stream.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. The thing, like, Twitch is like run by simps right now. Like Twitch, like so like the biggest section of Twitch is Fortnite, but the second biggest is just chatting, and it's just filled with girls just fucking chilling. Just straight chilling, racking up money, man. I'm like, dang, that's awesome. You know? Just straight chilling. All right. So let's get it. Jesse, you gotta send the beat review to the beat review email. Type in ! submission into the chat for the submission email. Plux, he donated and did not have his email ready. That's evil. All right. All right. But yeah, we're going to do this one submission. Let's see what other questions they have. Oh, they said, what's your goal setting process?
Goal setting process. Mm-hmm. And it's a man, I just got a big gem from, who was it, man? I think it was Mike Boyd on the interview yesterday. He said that he's learned to set, instead of like setting like, oh, this is what we want to do this year. Mm-hmm. It's more of like, okay, what are we going to do this month? What are we going to do this month? Like, what's the goal for this month? Mm-hmm. Not even really worrying about like the next month. Like, what can we do this month?
Yeah.
Maximize ourselves. And I kind of been on that, like just subconsciously. Mm-hmm. But now that he points it out, like I'm definitely more conscious about it. I think like just setting those short-term goals.
Yeah, exactly. I've been on that since like last year, just like month goals, you know, just because like I don't know. Whenever I set goals or like write plans, it's usually because I'm bored and like want to find a way to like move ahead without working. So like, so I just like write down a plan, you know, like for the month and stuff. You know?
One thing I do too, man, on my phone's dead, but on my wallpaper, I write down, I set my wallpaper as what that current goal is, like whether it's like a daily income amount, a monthly income amount. So that way I'm just looking at that shit.
That's cool.
That's a gem right there.
That's a gem. That's a good one. That's a good gem.
Right there,
that's a good gem. That's a good gem.
I'm gonna do that too. That's a gem right there.
You got couch guy hype off that gem.
Yeah, I'm hype, bro. You dropped hella gems, bro.
All right, let's see what else. I have a Discord, guys. Yes. All right. So
but don't have that be like your yearly goal. Be it like something you can do this month.
Do you have a Discord? Do you have a Discord, bro? Do you have a Discord?
Yeah, but to be honest, bro, like I kind of abandoned that shit, and I don't really know how to like run a good Discord, like.
Oh yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I got my homies. I got people. I'm grateful to like my Twitch community. And that's the thing. I don't know. That's my thing about YouTube. I feel like YouTube doesn't build the same communities that Twitch does.
YouTube needs to step it up, bro. They're gonna loop, man. They got Spotify at their necks for the podcast. They got Twitch is gonna take their live streaming shit away.
Yeah, YouTube is like on some shit, but like that's the thing with Twitch. Like when we started building a community, people were like, "Yo, let's make a Discord," and then like I don't know if he's still in the chat, but the homie Taz, shout out Taz, he like runs my Discord. You know what I mean? Like he kept that shit moving. He made the Minecraft server for us. We got a Minecraft server. You know what I mean? Like what else? Like just like just like the whole community, like keeping it together and stuff like that. You know, the community kind of does that themselves. You know what I mean? And I think that comes from the type of people that come to Twitch. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they're like people at Twitch are usually supportive and nice from what I've seen. You know, compared to at least the Cash Gang YouTube fans. Yeah,
they're more
controls on the YouTube.
Yeah, the YouTube shit is more like they're more ready to talk some shit and troll. Like they're more quick to like I don't know. They're more quick to be mad at each other in the chat. You know, beefs in the chat, all that stuff. You know what I mean?
I think they communicate more within the chat. Like the people communicate within
the chat with each other more.
So
yeah,
they build more like a community, like a real group instead of YouTube just commenting the person doing shit. You know?
Yeah, exactly. I think YouTube they're more trying to talk to you, and then in Twitch
they get like a family.
They're trying to keep me like a family.
Become a family.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah.
And I've been sleeping on Twitch too long, man. I'm on it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I always kind of like I fuck with DJ Academics hard, and I know he came up from Twitch a lot. You know. He came up on Twitch on YouTube, did the like videos on YouTube and then like live stream on Twitch. And like really it's his Twitch community that like made him come up super hard, you know what I'm saying? And like that's something like you only really notice if you're like cause I'm like a fan of Academic. I like his journalism, I like what he does, like getting to everyday struggle and shit. So like, you know, when I like went deep into like his career and shit like that, I saw like, okay, his Twitch community is what pushed him to the point of being on everyday struggle. I didn't
know he did Twitch. That's crazy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like that's what I saw because like he had a big YouTube, but like it's really the community he built on Twitch that he was engaging with, you know, like randomly that he has like because if you go on YouTube, there's a ton of DJ Academics content out there that's from his live streams. You know what I mean? That are like fucking hilarious. You know what I mean? Like I gotta say he was a champion of just chatting. Academics like and Twitch the Twitch like the upper people at Twitch like know about him as someone who grew their channel because like who grew Twitch because he was early on Twitch before Twitch was even big really and he was someone who like grew that just chatting section.
Okay, well you to them.
He was the main guy on the just chatting section. He was the only guy like just talking hip hop, chilling, you know what I mean? Every now and then he played Fortnite, but then like he started getting bitches on the street. He started getting like thoughts to like come through and like
and he got a greater audience.
Yeah, he would interview the thoughts and be like, yo, so like which rapper's dicks you suck, blah blah blah. like crazy shit like that. But that's what that's what made Academics big. People don't know this. That's what I'm saying. People don't know this stuff. They don't know this. That's what I'm saying. They don't know this stuff. But that's the behind the scenes stuff of like growing your community and your platform to the point where one day people look and you got like a million people. You know what I mean? Like Drake too. People sleep on how much Drake really cares about his like core, real fan base that was there for him since Degrassi. You know what I'm saying? Because like Drake is a megastar now, but like people don't know like there's a secret Instagram account where Drake's been doing live streams for like 1,000 people. You know what I'm saying? Like regular and showing off leaks and shit like that. Bro, all those leaks that came out before Dark Lane demos, like Drake probably leaked those songs. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the leaks were coming up on Drake's official YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact Not Around, the leak of Not Around, I don't know if you heard it, Not Around and Plug showed up on Drake's official YouTube. Those leaks. Yeah, I know that. You know what I'm saying? They showed up as official
marketing strategy.
Exactly. No, Cardi does the same thing. Playboy Cardi sends his leaks to the fan pages. He sends leaks. That's how all his songs. He leaks a majority of his songs. when he just knows that they're not good enough to be on the album, he'll give them to a fan page to leak. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Like, people really discount like the community building aspect of these artists. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these artists, they've built communities. You know what I'm saying? They really have. They built communities. Like Drake. Like I know because I used to watch Degrassi when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So I saw like him building community. He was on MySpace. He was a MySpace rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's also a marketing tool, you know.
It's a marketing tool, but like that's what it is. You're building community. You know what I'm saying? That's like you could say like building a community is marketing. You know what I'm saying? You can be callous about it and say like, yeah, I'm building a community for the express purpose of selling them something, but that never works. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. That barely works. The truth of the matter is that like, you know, long-standing customer relationships, you know, have an emotional connection.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And that's like what it is. Like,
you want to support.
Yeah, like I'm emotionally attached to Drake's music. I can say that because like I watched. But I watched him. I watched him on TV before. I watched the episode where he's rapping on Degrassi. I saw when he was a MySpace rapper. I was like, yo, what the fuck? This actor trying to rap now? What the hell? You know what I mean? Downloaded his mixtapes, checked them out because he was rapping with a dude from Virginia called Nicholas F. And I knew about Nicholas F. because like he rapped from Virginia. I was like, yo, this guy from Drake is rapping with Nicholas F. That's kind of cool, you know. And then like, you know, and Drake was on some boom bap shit. Then a song going to Lil Wayne and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like when you're a part of someone's community, you know what I'm saying? Like the journey becomes more of like a story you're watching. You know what I'm saying? And so now when he's like at this point, you know what I mean? Like even at this point now, like I didn't listen to Scorpion like until like months after it came out. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't bump Scorpion top. It was fucking too big. I just listened to like 3 songs. I was like, alright. I was like, I'll check this later, bro. You know? But like, you know, but I still listen to the whole thing and like I still consider myself like a big fan. That's why when the leaks when the leaks come out, I check that shit. I see that shit, you know? And that's because like
all the time, bro.
That's because I was part of the community, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? And like I feel like the same with the producer grind people. I know you probably got your day one viewers who remember the audio podcast, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You probably got those people who've been there in the audio days and they're just like hyped to see what you're doing now, you know? They're fucking just hyped to see like, oh shit, damn, you got Cash Money AP now, holy shit, you know what I mean? Like shit like that, you know? Like, you know, I know like my following was super proud of me when I got the Migos placement, you know? And like some of them had been there like, you know, when I was like flat broke and fucking, you know, working with like, you know, work with German artists and like telling my camera like, yo, I'm gonna make it one day, blah blah blah, you know what I mean? And like now they're hearing my Twitch streams, you know what I mean? Like
it's like, man, I just seen a clip where Tory Lanez was talking about this. He's like, yo, he's like my fan base is much better than someone that blows up overnight because my fans, they've been seeing it every step of the way.
Exactly. And that's why Tory is really winning right now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of kids, they want that like quick blow up. You know what I'm saying? But they don't understand it doesn't mean anything. Like people, dude, like that's a lot of people from 2017 plus who got the quick blow up. You know, a lot of people who like blew up off of their meme potential. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of those artists are like struggling right now because like their fan bases were all shared, you know what I'm saying? Like their fan base was just like it was just an era, you know? It was like, oh, like we're fucking with everybody with face tats and cool shit, you know what I'm saying? The face tat, lean, cool hair, drug, guns, pill shit. They're fucking with everybody on their wave. Now those kids have grown up. They've probably seen some of their friends die off pills. They just like don't really fuck with that music anymore like that, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, they probably, you know what I mean? They probably have some friends who got face tats and like they're all depressed and shit. I mean, they probably just like people grow up, bro. They just like, yo, that wave was like cool at some point, but then it's like, all right, like it gets blown up, you know? That's why that's why you have like a clean looking guy like the Baby getting big now, you know what I'm saying? Because like, you know, people were kind of done with that shit, you know?
It's a new wave.
Yeah, it's a new wave. It's a new wave. Yeah, I analyze this shit, so you know I can talk. But yeah, but like. That's why, like, you know, a lot of those people, their community was all shared. It was just like their community was just off of Instagram and wilding out on Instagram. You know what I mean? So it was more like, yo, check out this crazy guy. Yo, check out this crazy guy. Yo, check out this crazy guy. Yo, you know what I mean? Then, you know, the kids grow up. Those people get successful. They can't be as crazy anymore. You know, turns out they had no real community. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have, like, their community wasn't strong enough to be a major label artist when you really break it down. You know what I'm saying? Maybe their community wasn't big enough to be like to compete with, you know what I mean, the other major label people.
Who do you think has the
strongest? I feel like a lot of artists too, a lot of artists, particularly in that, like they kind of don't engage with their fans and appreciate their fans as much as like some of the bigger
artists. But exactly, the big ones do. Every successful artist has that community, has that core fan base, has that shit. And honestly, with especially with this generation of the big artists, like with this generation of big artists, I can say I've seen all their communities. You know what I'm saying? I can say I've seen the Big Sean growth. You know what I mean? I've seen the final. I watched the whole Finally Famous mixtape series. You know what I'm saying? I watched the whole, I watched the growth of Drake, watched the growth of J. Cole from like Simba, getting time with Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Or we even watched the growth of Jay Electronica, you know what I mean? All the way to fucking a Rothschild and disappearing, you know what I mean? Like I saw, I saw like, all community. I mean, X for real, like X2, he was like he was probably one of the few people at the time really building a community. You know what I'm saying?
He was the best example, in my opinion, for building a community, really strong community.
But also Peep too.
Peep too, but X did it better than Peep.
The thing is, Peep jumped onto the community of Goth Boy Clique, and like a lot of people don't know this, but like Cold Heart, Fish Narc, they were already like underground before Peep came out. Cold Heart and Fish Narc were already like, those were like when I think of SoundCloud rappers, that's what I was thinking about. Like people like Cold Heart, Fish Narc, Divine Council, you know what I'm saying? Wicca Phase. Yeah, these early guys, these dudes, you know what I'm saying? These were like the early Goth Boy Clique, and Lil Peep jumped into that, and he was like the most marketable member, to be honest. He was like the fully tatted, pretty white boy, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, fucked up off the trigs and stuff like that. But also taking the time, he made real connections with every one of his fans because he really was about that goth boy, sad boy wave. And he came to Goth Boy as a fan because their music touched him, you know what I'm saying? He came to Goth Boy Clique as a fan. I guess, I don't know, I've never seen the Peep documentary, but I watched like his career. And I know he came to them as a fan, you know what I'm saying? And that's saying something because like he came there respecting what they did and the integrity and the art and the love of like that Goth Boy Clique shit, you know? So like to those fans and stuff like that, those people who are like, feeling like their lives are in a dark place and they need this sad music to kind of like help them cope and stuff like that, Like Peep was talking to those people, you know what I'm saying? People was really linking up with his fans after the show and stuff like that, you know what I
mean? Suicide Boys do it too.
Yeah, Suicide Boys too. All these guys successful. You know what I mean? Because a lot of these, like Suicide Boys, they're not like on Billboard or shit, but they sell out tours and shit. They're super successful. They sell out tours worldwide. They're super successful. They got their communities. You know what I'm saying? And like that's the ultimate advice to everyone doing anything, producer, podcast, Twitch, blah, blah. If you're trying to build something on the internet, you gotta understand that like you're also building a community and it's not all about you. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the people who are gonna like help you move forward. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah, let's see. What do people say? Let's see. Music industry doesn't let artists drop. They control it. But they usually they have a good plan. Oh, they say, does smoking weed slow down your productivity?
And I quit smoking in November. I was like...
You quit last November?
Yeah. I was an all-day, everyday smoker, like literally since high school, you know what I mean? Okay. And I'm not gonna lie, for some reason I randomly started getting like anxiety when I smoked. Like I don't know, because it's just like I had like a lot going on, like shit was picking up.
Yeah.
And like, you know what I mean? Like, and it definitely fucked with my productivity. Like, cause even before I quit, I had been like, all right, for like 2 months, I was like, I'm gonna just only smoke at night before I go to bed.
Yeah, that's usually like the phase to quitting.
Is when honestly, bro, like this year, like this first, what are we? 5 months in, I've like already done like more than any like a whole other year combined, like the last few years.
Yeah, crazy. I think
a lot of it has to do with not smoking.
Okay, crazy. Yeah, for me it's like because I actually quit. I quit like regularly, like just like periodically. I'll just like stop smoking weed, and then like I'll start again when like I feel like, cause the same shit with you. Whenever I smoke and I feel like I'm getting anxiety from weed, I quit. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, fuck it. You know what I mean? And then like over time, like life will be like different. And then like I'll smoke again, and then I'm like, oh, I fucking love this again. Hell yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then like that's like my cycle, And then like I'm recently in like the weed cycle right now. I'm definitely in the smoking every day, chilling, living life to the fullest cycle right now, I would say. Let's see. All right, they're asking producer questions. Yes, you can send samples to 2 different producers. All right, what else? They say how to stop having perfectionism. What do you think about that?
Man, like put that shit out like with the morning show, right? I seen Gary Vee has a Tea with Gary Vee show.
Yeah, that's I knew. Like, that's when I saw your shit. I thought, oh, he's watching Gary Vee. You know what I mean? Because when I saw your morning show, I was like, oh, he's definitely watching Gary Vee. Because I watched Tea with Gary Vee. You know what I'm saying? I watched that shit. Like,
I literally discovered his show on a Friday, and I seen this meme where he said like, he had been wanting to do this for like 10 years. He wanted to do it back in the Ustream days, and he's like, I always wanted to have like a morning live show. And I was really I fucked with the idea because like I would like to wake up in the morning and put the news on, but I don't really like watching the news too much. I wish there was like producer news. That's part of the reason I started the ProducerGrind podcast, because I wish there was a producer podcast the way like how we do it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it.
That's usually how it is. That's how it is. It's the same with the Twitch stream. Cause like I do watch other YouTube Twitch streamers, and like for me, I'm like, yo, I want to do it the best way. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I'm top. I think my chat will agree. I'm top tier Twitch streamer producer. You know what I'm saying? Because like one, I show my screen. I show everything. You know what I'm saying? I show everything. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I it's the same way. I wanted to like make a show that other people want to watch. You know what I mean? If they were gonna watch someone make music, how would like I want it to be? You know what I'm saying?
But like, as far as perfectionism, like, so I had seen that shit on a Friday, and I got the idea. I'm like, yo, I want to do that. But then I'm like, okay, shit, I gotta get a logo. I gotta make sure my stream looks fire. I gotta get that intro, and I gotta do all this. And I'm like, all right, so I'll probably start it. I'll probably be able to start in like 2 weeks. But so I'm like, bro, fuck this shit. I'm gonna just literally turn my camera on, put on fucking Zoom meeting. Like you see my show. Like,
Yo, it's dope. It's dope. The format's cool as shit. I like that when the people call it
raw, you know what I mean? It's like, it ain't no like, super.
No, but I mean, it's dope. Like I was watching it. I was like, it was enjoying the watch. You know what I mean? I like that you could see the faces up there in the corner. You know what I mean? I liked how it looked. Like I like that shit.
It was kind of cool.
It was cool because you could see the people in the queue. You see the people like watching, nodding in their heads and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It was cool. Like it was like a real show. And then like
I even rewatched it. Remember?
Huh? Yeah. We rewatched it. Yeah, he rewatched it. Yeah. It was fire. Like I love the morning show. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I was super grateful you put me in the thumbnail too. I was like so hype on that. I was like, wow. I was like, I just called in and he fucking included me in that. Hell yeah, yo. That was fucking fire.
That's it.
Yeah. That's a long stretch. I was comparing it to this German media brand called 16 Bars, which is hot garbage. And they fucking they've had me in multiple interviews and they always cut me out of the interview.
Oh damn.
Yeah, they always Yeah, they always like intentionally cut me out of the interviews. You know what I mean? And like, I'm always like, yo, why? Like, you know what I mean? Because like
they cut you out when you say something.
Yeah, they cut me out when I say something.
Like you can be seen, but you
that's
aren't allowed to say something.
They'll let people see me, but like as soon as I say something, they cut me out. Which is funny because like when you think about it, like I have like more songs in Germany than Dennis.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I have more songs in Germany than Palace, but then the German media don't want to talk to me. That's a whole nother conversation. You know what I mean?
Gunboy, man.
Yeah, right. That's a whole other conversation. That's just funny to me. When I think about it, wow. But all right. Do you drink? That was another question.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah, me too. A little bit, yeah. Like a beer at night or like whiskey and cigar.
One Saturday a month, like I fuck with like Henny. I fuck with wine, to be honest. Wine, for some reason, I fuck with wine. But yeah, like maybe like really if once a month, if that type shit.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, you just drink like a little bit, like with your girlfriend, like just some wine, one movie type shit, or like
shit like that.
Oh yeah, I feel that. Okay. Let's see. They say, Do you think playing video games and producing is good if there's a balance, or should you quit video games? Yo, these kids want to succeed. These kids want to succeed. I love the chat. They actually want to they're asking some real questions about how to live in life. That's kind of cool.
I mean, you should definitely be putting more work in than playing video games. But man, there's producers it's part of the lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's part of the lifestyle. Part of the producer lifestyle was playing video games. I will say that, and I will say also that if if you're into content creation and stuff like that, playing video games is a good side thing to do. when you're taking a break from producing to continue to like build your audience and to continue to like interact with your community, you know what I'm saying? Because that's one thing I do. Like when I don't feel like making music, I'm gonna still hop on Twitch and play Valorant with some of my people in community, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna still interact with them in some way by playing video games. And also, like if you like video games more than producing, then like you live in a time where you can be a professional gamer. You know what I'm saying?
That shit,
yeah, it's really possible. You only have to be that good. Like if you're entertaining to watch, you can be like, if you're entertaining to watch, you can just stream video games and fucking people just watch you play. You know what I mean?
Just go with your passion.
You know who's crazy? You know what's a crazy story? Ninja, because people know Ninja now. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a joke kind of thing, and he already signed this big deal and sold out, so he already kind of won. You know what I mean? He's in the end phase of his career now. But like, I'm telling you, man, the early ninja, before he got so many eyes on him, and it's like, okay, bro, you're playing like a game that kids are playing, you gotta chill out, you know what I'm saying? Bro, this guy was here. What the fuck? This guy was going ham. This guy was going ham.
But like how he built that core audience.
That's how he built that audience. That's what I'm saying. And now you see me, he's like, yeah, guys, woo, welcome to the stream. But
none of that shit. He completely is not like that no more.
Yeah, no, he's not like that anymore at all. You know what I'm saying? At all. You know, he was super toxic. He was like one of the most toxic streamers. Actually, he was like known for his toxicity. Actually, he was famous for that. He was famous for that until the Fortnite days, and Fortnite was so famous as a game that it made him become family friendly.
So what was he playing before, like PUBG and shit?
H1Z1 PUBG, yeah. But Fortnite became so big, and he was like the top streamer for Fortnite because he was so toxic and ridiculous that like became such a big streamer. And then Fortnite was such a big game that people started watching him. And then they were like, "Whoa, bro, you're an asshat." And then he was like, "Hold up," and then they chilled this whole shit out on Today's Show, blah blah blah, all that shit. You know what I mean? Like super famous, you know. So that's one thing to all my gamer people out there, like fucking, you know, get out there and fucking game and fucking don't be afraid of fucking gaming and being like, yo, fucking throwing the controller, bro. People love that shit.
Right.
You know? All right, they say, what's your number one productivity tip?
Shit. I don't know. Just do that shit. Because I struggle with that shit. Like,
do that shit. That's the best advice. Do that shit.
As much as I try to sit down and like be 100% productive, like I fucking trail off and go down YouTube rabbit holes or pick up my phone and start scrolling on IG. Like you just got to be conscious and just try to bounce yourself back.
Yeah, just be like, all right, I got to do this shit.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I struggle with that shit though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. All right, bro. We had like a 2-hour, almost 3-hour stream, bro.
3-hour stream.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go, dude. You're right. Cause I could talk I realize I could talk forever, and this is my interview problem. All right, I need to.
That's why the fans love you guys.
I know. I need to find a way to round it back. All right, yo, it's amazing having you. It was amazing talking to you. For real. I'm gonna send you the clip of this. Damn, 2 hours and 50 minutes is gonna be a big clip. Fuck. All right, all right. Well, we're gonna make it happen. I'm gonna send it to you. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna continue the stream a little bit after if you want to stick around or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna fucking thank you so much, man, and like thank you for being a part of the fucking stream, man, and fucking doing this interview, man. And let me know if you ever want to come back and do beat review, man. Shit, you know what I mean? Like the viewers will let me know. Viewers, don't be afraid to let me know, viewers, if you want to have Dylan back on the show. You know what I'm saying? You know, maybe Gunboy producer. Yeah, the chat saying the Gunboy ProducerGrind episode is gonna be a 24-hour stream.
It's gonna turn from a morning show to an afternoon show.
Yeah, right. It's just the whole 24 hours. It's like, and another thing.
And he's already asleep. And
we gotta do something like collab on like a ProducerGrind Gunboy sample pack or some shit.
Yo, I would love to do that, bro. Let's do that. Please, Joe, just hit me up with the ideas, bro. Let's get it, dude. I have unlimited samples. Maybe I'll even work on it on stream probably. You know what I'm saying? That'd be cool. Maybe I could even do some work on stream, you know what I mean? Give the people really what they want, you know what I mean? Tell the ProducerGrind, all the fans of your kit to be like, yo, like, he's gonna make a kit for you guys. You guys can go in and watch him. Tell him what shit you want in the kit. You know what I mean? Like, I did that with my last kit and it was a huge success. It was really cool. You know what I mean? So
people like that process.
People like that shit. And I think a lot of producers are afraid to show like the deep intricacies of the process. But I'm not, because I know for a damn fact the process changes every fucking song and every day. You know what I'm saying? The process is always developing. So I have no problem like showing my process and showing that, because I know a lot of it is coming from here. I know people can learn. People can learn from it, and there's still gonna be the people who are like just touched by the process and want to like, you know, cop the kit. So yeah, let's do that for sure, bro. DM me. Let's talk about that shit. Let's do that shit, you know?
Say let's go. All right, man. Good shit, man. Appreciate you having me on, bro.
All right, no problem. All right, let's wrap it up, guys. All right, peace out. Thank you so much. And I'm going to end the call, bro. Good night. Woo! We did it. Another interview in the books. I know I can't wrap up meetings for shit, bro. So, I'm such a bad interviewer. I mean, I'm a good interviewer. I think I'm a good interviewer. I think I'm okay at it. But like, I know I go on too long. 2 hour 50 is definitely like.
You're good at holding on a conversation.
Yeah, I can hold a conversation for too long, maybe.